Good evening, baseball fans. You're here on Yankees The Ugly Truth with Ken. I want to apologize for my tad bit of tardiness. I had a minor granddaughter issue, her not feeling well, and parents having no medication and her rushing over here. So sorry about that. How's everybody doing? Tonight's topic is why are the Yankees not in the World Series and how do we get there next season? Tonight is going to be pretty much unscripted. Some pratherings on my opinions on the 2025 season and some things that I think probably need to be addressed and should be addressed. And I am going to copy the link and drop it down. Like I said, once again, I apologize for being just a tad bit late. The show is going to be partially driven by y'all. First opinion. Why are the Yankees not in the 2025 World Series? Frankly, we got outplayed by the Blue Jays. We finished the season with the exact same record as they did, tied for the best record in the American League. So do I think that the team was good enough to actually make it to the World Series? Well, I do. What failed for us is starting pitching, which had been a stronghold for the last six to 8 weeks, where we had the best record in baseball. In the postseason, they held their own against the Red Sox. But when it came to the Blue Jays, we did not have but one starter that actually went more than 3 innings, and that was Cam Schlittler. Our hitting philosophy was not great. We tended to chase a lot of pitches, going for the, as I call it, the big home run money shot, and it didn't work out for us. A lot of people had said, Judge needed to have a great postseason to change his legacy and improve his opportunities at actually moving closer to the World Series. And frankly, Judge hit 600. He did everything that he needed to do to carry us to the promised land. But the people around him were an utter disaster. Why? Because we were always going for the big swings, the big home run. Not Jonathan, welcome.
Hi.
Not playing situational baseball. And these are things that, as you see the powerhouse known as the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're getting eaten up by the Blue Jays with the exact same mentality that they took on us. How you doing?
Hi. Well, I can tell you the few mistakes the Yankees made is they were not working the pitcher. They were swinging balls out of the zone too much. They didn't take the walks when they had the walks. They were too aggressive in with first pitches. And if you swing early in the count with every pitch, you're not going to work the pitcher. Volpe was completely unprepared for playing. I think he probably. I don't even know if he should have been on the roster for the playoffs. At least he should have been on the IL once, because we all know now that he was hurt, even though he showed it for the last 2 or 3 months. So they were. I don't know. I don't know how best to say it. They may have put too much faith in their players and too much faith in the medical staff. Even though I think for the past couple of years, really, and especially this year, the medical staff and the IL situation have been very problematic. Whether it's the concussions from Rizzo or the shoulder injury from Volpe this year.
Me personally, I knew that Volpe was hurt in May,
Yes.
and he came back way too quick for me. And I saw indicators when he was at the plate not being able to catch up to fastballs up and in, where he struck out a lot. His throwing was off. It was not atypical of an Anthony Volpe type defensive season.
Wow. Here's another question then. If they had this problem, why even trade Peraza at the deadline? They could have platooned him in Volpe, or at least put Volpe on the 10-day IL, give him some time to rest his shoulder until he was completely healthy. The same goes with Max Fried. I think Max Fried needed a longer IL stunt around the All-Star break.
Hey, Sean. Hey, Jake. I've dropped the link.
Peraza is not good. That's not the point. The point is he could play good shortstop, let Volpe rest on the IL for 10 days. And then when he comes back fully healthy, Peraza was never going to be a replacement. He was going to be a fill-in until Volpe got better. That's the point, to Jake's point.
The thing that confuses me and that I question is after the acquisition of Jose Caballero,
Yes.
I think that he was nowhere on the radar as an acquisition, and I think that the Yankees actually picked him up to relieve Volpe and give Volpe time off.
Yeah.
I think that he should have played much more so than he actually did.
Yeah, well, and to your point, when after they got Caballero, why not say, Volpe needs a rest. He needs some time to heal his shoulder. Once you got Caballero on the team, put Volpe on the IL for a week or two, and let him get better for the month of August and September.
Well, one of the philosophies in sports, and it was very apparent during my playing time, that medical people treated cortisone as a catch-all to fix everything. Well, if there's an underlying problem, all cortisone does is mask the problem. And after Volpe had his cortisone shot at the All-Star break, had a few days of rest, came back and was good. When the cortisone shot started to wear off, started not hitting again, feeling was suspect. He took the next cortisone shot, played well after 4 or 5 days rest from Caballero, and then into the postseason was not hitting, was not playing well. Well, he fielded just fine, but with regard to his hitting was non-existent.
Well, I never asked what years were you in baseball or scouted to play baseball. Do you remember what years?
Yep. I graduated high school in 1981.
81. So
yes.
So the medicine and everything nowadays is much different than it was in 45 years ago. So there should be other ways to deal with the problem than just cortisone. Or I'm not a medical expert, but I'm sure cortisone is not, like you said, it only masks the problem. his problems was much deeper than just masking the problem. He needed some serious rest, and as we know, he needed surgery. So that surgery should have been done in June or July.
In
After,
the in the Cashman Boone brief, the one thing that caught my eye is when they were talking about Volpe, particularly his injury. There was more damage than they saw on the actual MRI when they went and did it, and it required a more extensive repair. But
well,
then they say that
is
he's
that
going to miss.
I don't
He's,
know. Is that damage was it in May when they saw that and they let him play through it, or is it more recent in
I
terms
think it
of?
was more recent. The more recent things that promulgated him to actually have the surgery done. I want to put a comment up or talk about a comment. Hey Ken, I am not going to look at the Blue Jays as the enemy at this point. I'm looking at the Blue Jays as how we have to play as Yankees. We can learn a lot from the Blue Jays. And that is going to be one of my points here in the not too distant future.
Yes, I like this is one reason why I wouldn't mind having a guy like Don Mangley back on the team, and I was actually disappointed when they didn't hire him as manager because I thought he would have been a good manager when they were looking for a new manager after Joe Torre. But I'm not complaining about Girardi giving us a World Series. But I thought Don Mangley would have been a good manager for the Yankees, and he would have been well versed in how to deal with New York media because he played for 13 years on the field.
Well, frankly, the Mattingly conversation is over with.
Yes.
He's with the Blue Jays. Boone has got another year on his contract. He's not going anywhere. They're not going to fire him. They're not going to fire Cashman. So those points are superfluous.
Yeah, look, as much as I think the Yankees need a new manager, I don't think they will want to find a new manager. I think this Boone is the longest serving manager that hasn't won a World Series for the Yankees. There's been since 1923, no Yankee manager has ever managed more than 5 years without winning one World Series.
Well, none of those managers in the past had to deal with an analytics department under chopping your decisions on a lineup.
Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe the Yankees need to say, "Hey, we analytics are nice, but we need the manager to make the decisions like old school, man, old time. If the day to day, if the player is, I don't know how it works behind the scenes, but maybe the manager needs a little bit more control."
Well, a lot of people complain that Boone is an idiot when it comes. Is actually very good. He comes from a long history of major leaguers. He grew up around the game and has spent his life around the game entirely.
I also think that game that we lost last year in the World Series, where the Yankees were up by I don't know 8 runs, that was un that was un it was uncalled for to lose that game. I don't remember if they were up by 8 runs or 7 or 6. I don't even remember the World Series because they lost. But nothing was done about it. Really, the coach, you had the same manager, the same coaching staff. I don't know what could be done to, well, I think I'll take that back. I think the Yankees need to get a lineup that can get on base more and strike out less. That
Well, that
that's
is that
one
that
thing.
is one of my things that I think for us to get to 26's World Series is we actually have to change the roster construction
Yes,
of the team where
yeah,
we import more contact type leverage hitters and veer away from the long ball. There are players that are going to be out there on the open market that I think that could promulgate that.
yes,
One
and that's
player,
also why I hated trading away Rizzo.
hey Nick, welcome. One of the players that I think could contribute to being a contact bat who stole 30 bases this year is a free agent first baseman by the name of Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor.
Naylor stole 30 bases this year, which is the equivalent of uh, Jazz Chisholm. He was
So,
only caught stealing twice.
so in regards to first base,
Mhm.
again, do you protect TJ Bumfield from the Rule 5 draft?
Yes, I do.
Because he's
Yes.
also a first baseman. And he can play third base, but he's mainly a first baseman.
Correct.
But what if we? What if Austin Wells is expendable? We move Ben Rice to catcher
I think
in a trade. I'm saying.
I would be against Austin Wells being traded. I think we need to sign a short term catcher. We traded, I think, 6 catchers last year at the trade deadline, between the trade deadline and the end of the previous season.
One of the facts that came out is there are 8 major league catchers that came out of the Yankee farm system
Yeah.
within the last 4 years. So we have populated a lot of catching spots.
And and in January they're connected to the top catcher on the open market.
Well, the question that I have, the Baltimore Orioles signed their new sacred cow catcher Basilio to a long-term deal,
Mm-hmm.
and it
And
looks like
one thing
Adley.
about him, he was a Yankee target, but the Yankees lost money when they signed Garrett Cole, and they didn't have enough money to sign him.
Correct. But Basilio looks like he's going to be the new guy behind the dish in Baltimore, which sort of leaves Adley Rutschman hanging in the wind. Rutschman did not have a great season, but he is I think the top 3 for pop time and arm strength behind the dish. He is also a switch hitter who has hit very well in Yankee Stadium.
So do you make that trade?
I do make that trade. It's either that or I bring in JT Realmuto.
Yes.
I think Realmuto is the more realistic option because the Yankees do not want a long-term catcher with so many young catchers in the system. So if you give Realmuto a 2-year deal, in 2 years, one of a young catching prospects could make it to the major leagues.
Yeah.
Okay, well
Wells is probably
here's
not a long-term fit.
here's some information for you on that. Adley Rutschman is going into his second year of arbitration. He is on the hook for a $6.75 million contract and will be an unrestricted free agent in 2028. So that is a two-year deal for Rutschman. The reports out is that Realmuto is seeking a 2-year contract worth $14 million. You're talking $7 million a season.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Realmuto being 35, I think turning 36 next season, his days as an everyday catcher are probably pretty much over with. But coming to New York, he could get 350 at bats easily to keep his swing on pace, and he's always been a good hitting catcher.
Absolutely, Ken. When I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ken. I just want to bring up you were the person that brought it to light to me a couple days ago, and you were saying like he was available, and I didn't even know that until you brought it up, and that's a great idea, and I think that look, if we trade for Adley Rushman, and then look, JT Realmuto, he's like a sexy name, that's fine. But do you trust him, especially like with Paul Goldschmidt being the first baseman on the Yankees? Is he going to be another Paul Goldschmidt as a catcher on the Yankees? I'm not saying that he will, but you never know. Just like a lot.
My thing with Realmuto is he brings that veteran presence. He could be a mentor to a young catcher like Ben Rice.
Yes, I was going to bring that up too. Yeah,
and develop him to be more of a catcher than he actually is. And when Realmuto moves on, he take over full helm responsibilities, and he is the veteran catcher. I mean, everybody loves his bat, especially in New York. He was in the top 5 for hard hit rate in all of baseball. The other stat was he had a lot of bad luck when he was hitting this year. He hit a lot of hard balls right at somebody. So hence his batting average was lower, but his power production numbers were good. OPS was good. WRC plus was good.
If you can get him for 1 year, I wouldn't be against that.
The other catcher that's out there that I really like and wanted us to sign last year was James McCann. James McCann was the Baltimore backup catcher, and he mentored Rutschman. When he didn't get signed for a contract this year, he ended up going and playing for the Diamondbacks, where he mentored Gabby Moreno and can't remember the kid's first name, but his last name was Herrera. And and De Los Santos also. So he had 3 rookie catchers that he was mentoring, and they came out to be something fierce. So McCann may be a cheaper contract. He's 36. Definitely probably a 1-year deal.
As I said, I think it would be wrong to be a sign a 1-year catching deal for the young catchers.
Do you see, Ken? Do you see a like with signing McCann? Let's just say for a 1-year deal over Realmuto. Do you see that as a bright spot, or is it like equal value?
Well, you're getting more bang for your buck as far as a hitter with Realmuto.
Okay.
McCann is probably a 250 hitter at best, but fantastic defensive catcher. I mean, his metrics are very good as a catcher. Opinions, Victor? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, Victor! Wow, I didn't even see you there.
I was just very, very engrossed in the conversation going on.
I hear you now.
And I could hear you now.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, whisper sweet nothings.
Yeah.
They say it ain't a battery unless it has a positive and a negative. Mm-hmm. So here comes the negative.
Okay.
I am on an island by myself when it comes to this. I think one thing that everybody's really overlooking, signing people to big contracts or multi-year contracts coming up. I don't see that happening with the lockout looming. However, this is the year to be a free agent, because I think next year is going to be like Hertz or Avis used to be. It's going to be rental season. So I think before the Yankees make any kind of drastic moves as far as signing this guy, going after this guy, trying to get this guy, relax this year, take it easy. Either get yourself a right-handed batting catcher from somewhere in the free agent market. He's only going to be a part-time guy. This is only my opinion. I'm looking because I'm a Wells guy. Yeah. And I think, hey, you just need a part-time dude to give Wells the rest and to give the Boone the option of the righty-lefty combination with a catcher once in a while through the year, which we could have used this year. Totally agree with that. But as far as first base and Rice and this and that, again, I'm on the opposite side. I would plant Rice at first, and I wouldn't move him. I feel that if you bring this kid, he's young, and if you bring this kid behind the plate and develop him into a full-time catcher, you're going to shorten his career. And I don't think this kid deserves that. And even if you use him as a part-time catcher, part-time first baseman, that's even worse wear and tear on him. Okay? Because then what are you going to do? Now you're going to put him in a DH. Now he's resting. Now he's at first. Now he's squatting. He's up. Hey, you can't put the guy in 70 positions. Find one for him.
Would you make him a permanent first baseman?
Permanent first baseman. I bring in whoever I need to get in this kid's head, because I played first base my entire life since.
What would you do with Cody Bellinger?
Cody Bellinger is my option to put Rice into that DH slot to give him a rest as a first baseman. Once in a while, a first baseman needs a spell.
I can sign Cody Bellinger.
Oh yeah, got to sign Cody. You
Absolutely.
don't sign Cody for we don't even talk about 27, 28, or 29. Start talking about 30.
Yeah.
Sign Cody, we're going from the bottom, and we're going to just have to start rebuilding.
I think in this market, Cody Bellinger is not getting less than $30 million per year.
I think if you had a guy like Ken, who was the guy from the Red Sox? They hired him, the GM. He was really, really, really young. It was right around the same time Cashman was hitting the big Epstein. Was that his
Theo
name?
Epstein?
Yes.
It's unfortunate that no, I'll even say owner or general manager in today's game has that mindset. He shopped that free agent market like a Wall Street guy looking for the perfect stocks. And then when he did it in Boston, they said, "Hey, we're interested in Chicago." If Chicago just didn't listen to him enough, in my opinion. He had players and they just wouldn't sign guys to it, and they just blew it. But look what he did with the Red Sox. What he did with the Red Sox building that, the remnants of it's still there. The remnants of that team is still there because it's in the dugout, it's in the locker room, it's in the bullpen. It's influenced all over Fenway. So there's no mistake why the Boston Red Sox play the way they do. Well, we, as Yankee fans, we just lost our culture, man. We don't know what it is anymore to be a Yankee.
Well, I think there has to be some changes, either up top or in the dugout. I don't know.
Like Ken said, forget it. It ain't happening.
I know it's not happening, but if you want the culture, you need to make changes at the top.
That brings my point out even more about trying to sign guys to big contracts and big. All right, you bring in Tucker, bring in this guy, bring all of them in, sign them all tomorrow. Does that change the culture of the team?
No, I don't think the Yankees want to I don't think the Yankees are going to pull out a $400 million deal plus for Tucker. I think Tucker is off the table before we even say his name.
We don't need him. We don't need to reinvent the wheel.
There will be a lot of people in the offseason saying, go sign Kyle Tucker, knowing that he will get more than $400 million when you can get Cody Bellinger for $200+ million.
Did you not realize that Yankee fans are smarter than front office people completely?
Absolutely.
I believe that since I'm a Yankee fan. You know, but you couldn't outsmart. You couldn't outsmart George, though.
All right, one at a time.
I was about to say that.
you couldn't outsmart George. Like what you're saying, yeah, we were like that as Yankee fans, even in the 70s, but we couldn't outsmart. We thought we were smarter, but we weren't. George was. When George was gone, we became the smarter ones because George tutored us. He trained us how to be Yankee fans. So that's why this culture of Yankee fans is like wants everybody shot at noon.
But you also have to remember, under George's tutelage, the Yankees went without a World Series from 1978 to 1996, which is 19 freaking years.
Yeah, I get it. There was 2 strikes in there. There was some.
my heart, I believe in '94 we would have won the World Series
And
if we didn't lose it.
Ken,
Yeah.
do you know why that happened? Do you know my opinion? Do you know why that the number one reason things that changed between between 78 and 94? Do you know the one thing they changed?
Well, I know that in the '80s we had the most horrible pitchers on the freaking planet that were.
I know that, but do you know the one thing they changed?
We had Andy Hawkins, man.
time?
Oh, All-Star.
I will tell you the one thing they changed is they stopped signing after 1989, really, or around that time when George got suspended. They started drafting smarter and they developing their own players and stopped signing old free agents to long-term contracts. Because
Correct.
between 1980 and 1989, I think at least 5 of those years they lost their number one pick due to signing old free agents.
Yeah, the free agent market at that time was a different beast.
Yeah,
You kind of can understand what he was trying to do.
but they also traded. They made some dumb trades like McGee. They traded McGee for nothing. They traded Griff for nothing. They traded Ken Phelps.
Yeah,
Digger Phelps,
that's true.
my favorite.
They traded Jay Buhner for Ken Phelps. That turned out to be a crap trade.
And Jay Buhner continued to abuse the Yankees like stepchildren as a Mariner for years and
Yeah.
years. Every time he came up to the plate, I knew something bad was fixing to happen. It was
Yeah.
Yankee
Great
revenge.
analogy. I love it.
So did Hagler-Ruhr for that.
Don Riley got hurt in 1990.
You know, Pags tore us up when he went to Seattle.
All the Yankees trades ended up biting them, hurting them.
Well, I was going to bring up, everyone's talking about Kyle Tucker and all these beautiful, sexy free agents that are out there, but how about like rebuilding our catching depth in the?
Yes, we are, and I can tell you, we are connected to the top catcher in the international market that starts on January 15th.
But do you see how when you say that, it's like we're like the lowest of the low in depth right now with catchers?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to do it, but we don't have it yet.
6 of them in the last 2 years.
Yeah, but the thing, no, Jonathan, you bring up a great point. I'm just saying, like in regards to like the Yankees, like they traded away all their catching depth and they don't have anyone. This is where we have the problem now. It's like, oh, well, Austin Wells, do we keep him? Do we trade him? Then Ben Rice with this situation, we wouldn't have been in this category if we played it smart. Or I say we because we're smarter than the Yankees. Just like Ken said, we're all logical and smarter than the Yankees front office. It's absolutely true. He's right. And we all have all this knowledge and logic better than them. But if we didn't do what we did in regards to the trading deadline, just catching depth, I'm saying, like if right now we're in a different position with that. So one of the priorities, getting the right player for just for the position, but let's just say for depth, I'm saying like AAA. I'm not saying like 3 Tommy John surgery players that been out of the league for 10 years. I'm talking about newly guided rookies that just signed, like international catch.
I'll be right back. I have a paper to look at. Hold on.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, let's just say what Jonathan said. Like, we're looking at players in the international free agent market, like, and we're potentially going to do it. We didn't do it yet, but we're going to do it. Fine, but they're not going to be in the major leagues now. They're going to be in the major leagues 10 years from now, 15, 20 years, whatever. But I think that's important too. Instead of signing 6 or 7 catchers, shortstops, 6, 7 shortstops for the draft. Am I right with that? 6 or 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 or 7. Why couldn't they do that with the catchers? So can we do that right now at this instant? Because I might seem like more of a priority.
Because if you look at the quality of the collegiate catchers that are coming out,
Okay.
they're not great. That's why we haven't drafted primo
That's
catchers, and the ones that are exceptionally good, like this year, for instance, because this was our second year over the Cohen threshold, we dropped 10 positions on our draft pick. We didn't have a pick in the first. Did we have one even in the second? I don't think we had a pick in the first 2 rounds.
We didn't pick until 36 because we dropped 10 spots in the first round.
That's crazy.
And after that, we didn't choose until the third round, and we lost a 5th round pick.
That's insane.
Yeah, we lost when we signed Max Fried. We lost a 2nd and a 5th round pick, and we dropped $1 million worth of international free agent money.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think.
Wow.
In this year's Rule 5 draft, there's only one catcher that's possible to protect. I have the list. His name is Edison Duran, and I have him as a possibility.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the Yankees have that list?
I think they should have that list.
I'm being
Hypothetically,
serious.
right?
Because
I printed out this list from the internet. It had every minor league free agent Rule 5 for the next from this year to 2028.
You see, that's my point. Here we are. We're just 4 normal guys talking about this. This guy's got a list of, I wouldn't even think of the list of what he's got of catchers.
Yeah.
Rule 5 catchers, not just catchers available. Rule 5 catchers. That's the kind of analytics you go into. Not if the moon is, if the moon is shining and the clouds are out, and he put on his left cleat before his right cleat, and he ate bologna today, and he can hit the right field. Put him up.
Well,
that's what we're dealing with. I mean, there's no gut feeling anymore. And to be honest with you, Nick, to get back to your point about that, I think that even hearing you talking like that, I'm going, wow, years ago we didn't have this issue, because I find it very hard to believe that the Yankees have not had a homegrown, left-handed, hard-hitting first baseman since Don Mattingly. Nobody has come out of our farm system.
If you look at the Yankees draft history, the last top 10 pick that we had was Derek Jeter.
Yes.
The next lowest pick that we had was Aaron Judge.
On a scale from
we had a 13.
on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is the Major League draft to Major League Baseball? How important is it?
I think it's very important if you draft if you draft smart and you draft the right people. It's very important.
Absolutely.
We'll put it this way, Victor. Look at the 2 teams that I'm going to tell you draft extremely well. Baltimore Orioles being one of them. They have built their franchise through the draft, and you look at the players that they hit on, incredible numbers.
And they're at the bottom of the league
right now. Yeah. What were they 2 years ago?
Almost at the top of the league.
And what was their problem?
At that point, pitching.
Exactly. And what have they done to mitigate pitching over the last 2 years?
Well, I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to the ball.
They traded their prospects.
Absolutely nothing.
I just see them staying in the basement.
They have not done anything to mitigate pitching issues. And that's why, in my personal opinion, a trade for a kid like Rutschman, we could get with a possibility of a shift of a player like Will Warren.
It makes sense. Yeah.
You know what team does the best with young players?
Well, hold on. And the other team that is drafted extremely well is the Houston Astros.
Yes, they do. Yep.
So viability on the draft is dependent on who you have doing your analytic research, the scouting department, people that actually have a baseball sense. And that's where I think that the Yankees have lost touch with reality. I think that we employ a lot of very smart Ivy League people in the analytics department that have no baseball sense whatsoever.
Well,
that's absolutely true.
That's not exactly true. And I will tell you, the Yankees draft pitching very well. And that's the only position they draft very well.
Yeah, but then we're always trading away to get a starting pitcher.
And
because we can't come up on it.
that's why we trade away a lot of pitching, because everybody we draft pitching wise and catching
Mm-hmm.
tends to be major league quality.
But then
or near major league quality.
But the thing is too, like you're talking about, like Ken was saying, like with the catching, we didn't draft any catchers because there was none in college or like ready. Then why
Why
do
developing
that?
one?
Ken, I was gonna say, like, well, when you were saying in regards to with the catching, like the reason why the Yankees didn't draft any catchers, paraphrasing again, because there was no one to be drafted, like there was no one there. So then, why do that risk? How come the analytics department in that their own department didn't realize? Okay, there's no one there. Then why risk it all to get like everything at the trade deadline?
Because the Yankees are known for building catchers, so they think that they can develop talent in the minor leagues, and the Yankees, frankly, do develop catching very well.
Catchers,
there
first
was a weak
fielders.
Now recently, yeah.
You look at the Pittsburgh Pirates; they are building pitching machines like no freaking tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like the steel mill.
They had Scheme,
Producing them out of the steel mill.
They had Cole. They had Tyon. They had many pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but their history of starting pitching goes way back. It's like it's never ending. You can go all the way back to the Candyman. Candyman starting there. Kent Colvey, one of the best closers in the game. I guess he almost invented the word closer, Kent Colvey, right? Remember him?
I do.
He'd throw a 3-inning save. It wasn't even a save when he came in the game. He turned it into a save. You know what I'm saying? He was in the game.
And Raleigh Fingers adapted his submarine style.
Yeah, Raleigh Fingers.
That's right. Oh my God, yeah.
Look at Ken.
Like I said, Pittsburgh forever and a day has been a pitching factory, and they will develop pitchers like no tomorrow. And the other team that really amazes me, because they are really good at analysis of players and their skills, is the godforsaken Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
I hate trading with them because they're going to win the trade in the long run before it's said and done.
Yeah. And I didn't like trading with them this year.
You know, one thing George never did is traded within the East.
No, he did not.
Never traded within the East. Back then, it was only East-West. What I'm saying is he would go out west to look for his ball players. Very, very, very rarely would he pull the trigger and trade somebody from his team to within the division. I think one of the last times he did it was with Detroit to get Noakes and Steve Kemp, maybe.
Was he in charge when we got Granderson?
No. I think Granderson was just after George.
That was before, yeah.
He was still alive, but
George was. I don't think he was as active, right? I think that was towards the end with George. You know.
I don't know.
He would do it, but it would be super rare, and it would have to be an extreme reason why he was doing it.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last big trade that George did before he was not in charge anymore?
Felix brings up another team that the Athletics are great at player development, just keep ownership and no freaking money.
Well, their ownership dug that team to the ground.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Because I'm here in Oakland, and you know a lot of people out here in Oakland still donning the Oakland A's. But they are not happy. They have no football team now. They have no basketball team anymore. They have no baseball team anymore, and the Coliseum is just sitting there as an empty shell of itself.
Well, what do you think they're going to do with that? Are they going to knock it down and?
No, they use it for soccer, and they have a team out here called the Ballers.
Okay.
The Oakland Ballers.
Maybe they'll use it for a minor league team. I don't know.
Nothing associated with Major League Baseball. Contracts over and done with. As a matter of fact, I heard, and right now I think they're fighting this. Just a side note. I didn't mean to get away from it, but I think they're fighting this here now in the city that they were ready to take the sign off of the Coliseum that says Ricky Henderson Field.
No.
And nobody wanted that done. So they're opposing that right now because they're saying there's no major league affiliation with the Coliseum anymore. They're like, yeah, well, that's too bad. Ricky Henderson is more than that.
Yeah.
This is Henderson's field. So I don't think they're going to win it. The sign is still there, so I don't think they're going to win it.
I think they should at least make that into a minor league stadium.
It
Well,
just can't be associated with any major league team, though. That's
Well, they make it to a parking lot if that's the case.
The interesting thing is
you should see the soccer parking lot for it out.
that the A's are moving to Las Vegas, and their AAA affiliate is in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
It does not make sense.
Why don't they move the AAA?
Hey,
back
There you
to-
go. There's your answer.
It saves on travel to bring guys up and down from the farm.
Yeah.
Why don't they move the AAA team to Oakland then,
Where?
where
Well,
the Coliseum used to be? Build a small outdoor stadium.
Well, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. When the A's left here, they broke the lease with the Coliseum. No more ties to Major League Baseball associated with that stadium. You can't bring a minor league club in there. In order to bring a minor league club in here, whoever that club is, let's say, just for sake of argument, the Cleveland Indians want to make that their new ballpark, they have to buy it.
Well, nobody's going to do that.
That's what I'm saying. The building's been here for what? Probably since the Roman days. Why they call it the Coliseum. You know?
It survived the earthquake.
Yeah.
Survived a couple of earthquakes out here. I mean, the thing is, I've been there a couple times for Yankee games since I've been out here. The place it's fantastic. I mean, I'd never seen more foul territory in my life. You could play another game in foul territory.
Yeah, that was a big problem. That field had too much foul territory.
But you know what? The one
Welcome
thing
to the
about
stream, Aiden.
the one thing about it, that Coliseum does hold some just incredible memories as far as baseball, as far as football, even concerts being held there. So the Coliseum has been a mainstay in its own way in sports history. You can't forget the great Oakland Raider teams that went through there, and the Oakland A's teams that just roared through Major League Baseball through there in the 70s. So it does have an amazing history as far as sports goes. So I root for the building itself, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look at California baseball, the only team that really draws is the Dodgers.
I worked here in Oracle. I did a part-time gig at Oracle working at
Giants are pretty good.
And I'll tell you what, the Giant fans, they're very passionate. They come early. If the team's losing, they're gone by fifth inning. They're gone. Gone. See you. They want to get the hell out of the city. They don't want to be in the city.
I've been to Oracle. Oracle is very nice.
Well, I've been to Oracle. Like I said, I was working there, but
Didn't
also
they change their name again? It used to be a Minute Maid or something else.
I have no
Minute
idea.
Maid Park.
I have no idea.
It used to be a different name.
Yeah, that was Minute Maid Park.
Candlestick.
Yeah, it was like a lot of names. Yeah.
Candlestick's long gone. Candlestick is like apartment complexes and stuff now. There's not even a trace of Candlestick anymore. It's sad. The Cow Palace is here though.
I'm disappointed that the Cliff House is gone.
Is that the one that fell in the ocean?
That was last time I was in San Francisco, I went to the Cliff House, and I think they closed after 2020. It was
All right.
a restaurant right on the ocean,
Oh, I know where you're talking. Yeah, that's closed down.
right by Golden Gate Park.
Yeah, they went broke. Pandemic killed them. And no one could afford to go in there and do the renovations now to bring it back up to speed so it isn't just become a historic monument.
Oh man.
All right. Back on topic.
Yes.
What do you feel is going to be the path for us to get back to the World Series in 2026?
A healthy Garrett Cole.
Yes. A healthy Garrett Cole.
Well, starting the season out, you know that Cole is on the shelf until May, mid to late May.
Yeah, they're talking late May now. I don't know
Okay.
how they keep changing it, but now I'm hearing late May with Volpe because they're including them as like the Volpe Cole tour. Volpe and Cole tour
Yeah.
returning to the stage on May
Right
31st.
now, it's very hard to put a date, but I'm guessing May sometime.
So I was gonna just mention this really quick. Yes, Garrett Cole in not right away, but like late May. But also too, like with Garrett Cole, like I hope he doesn't turn out just the way Luis Hill has turned out this season. Garrett Cole is far beyond Luis Hill. I get that, but you just never know. People are expecting Luis Hill to be this perfect guy and then lead them to the playoffs. But look what happened. So like I don't know. I mean,
remember Louis Hill was coming back from injury as well.
But to Ken's point,
so is Garrett Cole. Yes.
To Ken's point, though, Cole won't be back, but Ken, keep going. Who else won't be back?
Clark Schmidt.
Clark Schmidt is not going to be back, and Rodon is not going to start.
I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
We didn't start the season. We're down 3.
Right now, you were talking that you have 60% of your starters not on the roster. So what is the adjustment that needs to be made?
Can you guys hear me, or is it not working?
No, we can hear you.
Is it working? Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear. Can you hear us?
Nope.
Okay.
Right.
Ken, do we rely on what we got in the farm? Do we patch it up, or are we going to do what I think they're going to do and do nothing but bullpen games until we get to this point?
I do not see bullpen games whatsoever.
You don't think so?
We, as a result of doing too much bullpen pitching, hurt ourselves in the postseason because, frankly, our bullpen was worn out by the time we got there.
Well, however you look at it, we have to get to the 40, 45 game mark, we'll say, to be safe before we'll see a Rodon, a Volpe, a Cole. Maybe.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you before.
Yeah, we hear you.
There we go. All right. It wasn't working before. Sorry about that.
And you're talking Clark Schmidt. You have no idea what they're talking. What him? August?
I think that Clark Schmidt's time as a starting pitcher after his second Tommy John surgery is over with.
Yeah, Ken has a point there. Yeah, he does. Like we can't put him as a starter. You have to, what else are you gonna do?
Not with the way to post on it.
I think Schmidt could be actually a good setup guy or a long man.
In the bullpen, yes.
He's
I don't think Schmidt is good for
maybe
the
even
bullpen.
Hold on, one at a time.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy right now.
All right. Yankee King, go ahead.
I don't think Schmidt is going to be good for a bullpen role because he's more of a finesse guy than more of a high velo guy. And the Yankees do not have velo guys other than Bednar and Duvall, which that's our whole entire bullpen for 2026, which is confusing me why Yankee fans are even talking about starters when you have Garrett Cole, you have Max Fried, you have Carlos Rodon, you have Will Warren, you have Cam Strittler, you have Luis Hill. Can we talk about some bullpen arms? Please, for the love of God, address that dog shit of a bullpen for the first time in like 5 years. If the Mets let Edwin Diaz go, I do not care what it takes. Get him. We need a bullpen. I'm not trying to go in like it was last year. Oh, somehow get to Duvall or Bednar. Make it work to get to those two. No. I want it where the starter can go in and I can feel comfortable for the first time in 5 years with a bullpen arm coming out of that bullpen.
The Diaz situation, he controls the opt out. It will be up to him whether he wants to stay a Met and set himself up. I'm not actually convinced that he is going to opt out.
Well, he only has like 2 years left.
They will still have Fernando Cruz in the bullpen.
I'm not really high on Cruz. I would rather trade him.
Well, you can't trade everybody.
Out of that bullpen, you wouldn't miss a beat trading any scrub out that bullpen outside of Duvall and Bednar.
You know what? I like Blackburn and I like Hill.
I
think those are the only two guys. Yeah, I think those are the only two guys at the very end that did anything of a semblance of the job out of the bullpen. Was
They-
Hill and Blackburn.
They also still have
Paul Blackburn?
but
Yeah.
Efrost
Yeah.
should probably be non-tendered.
Well, Paul Blackburn's a free agent. Thank God that guy sucks.
Hey, Eli
know
Yankee King. My name is Chef Nick Apostolakos. I met you a couple of times, actually, believe it or not. In other streams as well. But I just want to get your opinion too. You mentioned Garrett Cole and Luis Hill. The way Luis Hill pitched this season, even Garrett Cole coming back, not right away, but do you think he would pitch the same caliber season that he did?
No, because Garrett Cole's age 35. This is the first time his body is recovering from a major surgery, whether it was from childhood or up to the major leagues. It's the first time his body has to go into that recovery phase, and now he's 35.
Yes.
So this is going to be very hard for Cole to come back and be that legendary ace of Garrett Cole again.
I love that.
So you might have to look at where you're finding your next ace. Is that Cam Schlittler? Schlittler's probably. Is that Rodon? Is that Fried again? Do Rodon and Fried copy the same season they did last year, or does Schlittler arrive as your ace? Or do the Yankees get creative and find a way to either get Tarek Skubal or Paul Skeens, where you don't have to have those questions, and you're like, all right, we have an ace. And you have Garrett Cole insurance just in case he's not an ace anymore. And in case, shit, something else happened.
Well, I'm not relying on Cole.
If you're talking Skubal, would you want to set the Yankee fans up the way that they were with Soto? What are we willing to trade
if it's for
to bring
Skubal,
Skubal in?
if it's for Skubal, if you're Brian Cashman and the Yankee fans are like, oh, don't set me up. If I was Cashman, I would literally go, like I give a shit. I am getting the best pitcher in baseball. You could argue, well, I can't talk to you. You could argue Skubal and Skeens between those two. That's about it in that realm. Because those two are studs. If you're getting Skubal, I'm getting Skubal, and I'm locking Boris in a room. And I'm going, I am offering you this contract, and I am not leaving this room until a contract is done. I do not care what happens. I do not care what it's like. Oh, but we're getting set up again with the Skubal act. Cry about the same thing with Soto. What if he goes to the Mets? I'll cry about it. I don't care. Get Skubal and get your ace, because you don't know if Garrett Cole is going to be your ace again.
But
Garrett Cole is not going to be our ace. You know that going in. He's not.
No. But Eli King has a great point. Eli King has. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who just said Skubal won't be the ace?
I said Cole won't be the ace. I didn't say nothing about.
Cole. Okay.
We don't need school. We don't need any of these guys. We don't need them guys. You're reinventing the wheel. It doesn't need to be reinvented. Cole is not going to be our ace. We knew that. Any team would need Tarek Skubal.
Absolutely.
Well, let him go wherever he's going to go. That's fine. Yankees we don't need him. There's no need to bring in another freaking starter into what you got built already.
I would move Rodon or Fried to fit in Skubal.
You're not gonna trade Fried or Rodon.
No, you ain't trading them guys. You ain't trading Cam.
For those that are in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same.
I'll be honest with you. This guy Spencer, I'm already over him. I don't even know what he looks like. I'm done with him. I'm done hearing about him. I'm done hearing about all these guys. You either bring them up, don't bring them up, bring them up, bring them up.
Well, Spencer Jones has to be on the 40-man roster.
You're not getting.
He's role 5.
Might as well play the
not putting
ball
Clark
girl
in the phone booth. You're not putting Clark Kent in the phone booth, and all of a sudden Superman comes out by just bringing one guy like that in. You're bringing another kid up.
Baseball doesn't work around one person.
If you look at Jones as a whole, Jones has limited time as an actual outfielder. when he was at
No, he doesn't.
Vanderbilt, he was actually a starting pitcher and had elbow problems and went through Tommy John surgery and became an outfielder.
Yeah,
No, he was
people
an
don't know that.
he was an outfielder at Vanderbilt. He was an outfielder from high school and to Vanderbilt and learned first base off Tommy John surgery.
Look at the numbers. He was an actual pitcher, and he was a plus pitcher. He was a Paul Skeens type pitcher, and that was his. And that goes to show the talent that the guy has as an athlete. Is he was able to switch positions. Has incredible speed. Is a actual plus defender in the outfield. A lot of people complain about his strikeout rate. Well, many people come to the major leagues with a high strikeout rate and are able to adjust, such as Judge did.
Yeah, that's
Ellie De La
acceptable.
Cruz.
But
Yeah,
no,
Ellie De La Cruz, speed,
Well, where are you
but
playing?
has no glove.
Where are you playing Jones next year?
Center field.
I just want to get this out of the way right now because I think it's very important. Li King has a great point. It's just and people in the chat too have a great point. Again, if Li King, if you can't hear me, Chef Nick Apostolakos, I just want to bring up. Look, if people are relying on Garrett Cole to come back and he's going to be the savior of the Yankees, not going to happen. So we need to have that insurance, not backup, but a starter insurance.
Cole's most likely going to come back as a 3-type starter.
Yeah.
Now I was going to get into Clark Schmidt. Okay, so people are like, all right, Clark Schmidt is going to come back and he's going to be the second savior of the Yankees. That's not going to happen. So we need to be smart about this. We can't wait.
Schmidt is not coming back next year. If he comes
No,
back,
he is.
he
Already said.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they already said they already said Clark is an option for the second half.
Oh Lord.
Because the internal brace that he got, you didn't get like the full Tommy John. He got the abbreviated internal brace, which is like the full Tommy John, but speeds up your recovery. Because you have that brace inside instead of outside.
Big Mama, Sonny Gray is under contract with the Cardinals for at least another season, and he has a full no trade clause. He's indicated to the
and he's 35. No,
We've been there and done that.
and he's indicated to the Cardinals that he will not accept a trade to another team, so he's not even an option.
oh no, he will waive his no trade, but the Yankees, that's not going to be an option.
Well, L.A. King, I was going to mention to you, like even everyone too, like look, Clark Schmidt, 2 Tommy John surgeries, potentially going to be RoboCop because look the way he's been recovering. But I wish him well, but I don't think he's going to be a starter. A lot of like fans are like, oh, I can't wait till he comes back. He's going to be the same pitcher. Not going to happen. He's going to be moved to the bullpen.
Honestly, Clark Schmidt, I think, was injured as a result of the Yankees themselves.
Oh, wow. That's another topic. Okay.
I think that
I kind of agree with you.
More rehab starts. He was brought up too early because the Yankee starters were so freaking horrible with Cookie Carrasco and Marcus Stroman. They pushed him too hard.
I think they broke the glass. Yeah. I think they broke the glass before they went and seen the fire.
That's messed up.
I agree with you on that.
And plus, with the Yankees starting rotation, where does he pitch? Like, you got Warren, you got Schlittler, you got Fried, you got Rodon, you got Heel, which they might bring in another start, which I wouldn't be shocked if they trade Luis Heel. And even shop around Schmidt.
They could, they should get rid of Heel. But
what I suspect the Yankees are going to do is that Elmer Rodriguez Cruz is going to get an opportunity to pitch at the major league level next year.
I think he's currently the number 1 starting pitching prospect.
So
along with
that's LeGrande. That's the number 1. He's number 2.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, they both have to be on the roster because they're both Rule 5
Isn't,
draft.
isn't LeGrand at A ball?
No, he's a double A.
He's
He
at double A.
probably done. He's done at double A. But he didn't get time to move up. The
Yeah,
season kind of wear it out. But to be honest, I would put Cruz and LeGrand in the bullpen over any of the scrubs we have right now,
Makes sense.
except for Duvall and Bednar.
See, that makes sense. That does make sense because I brought it up to another channel like NY Mania. Like I brought it up to this channel where it's like instead of bringing up people that have two Tommy John surgeries and been like out of the league for 5 years, why not bring your studs up as depth? Why can't you have that? What's the problem? What's the waiting game?
Yep. Because God forbid
chocolate CB. I agree. I think that ERC is going to be at spring training this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Who was the guy that should have moved into our rotation this year that took Tommy John?
Hampton.
Chase Hampton. Yeah.
What is his status?
Oh Lord.
He should be back around the same time as Schmidt
In May.
Cole.
So,
Cole's not coming back in May. That's Rodon.
I'm guessing Hampton will be back around May.
No, he'll be back around like mid-season because he had it earlier in the season, so he'll be back around that time.
Well, I know that Cole started a throwing regimen in August. So I'm not sure of his actual projected time. I don't believe the Yankee management when they say timetables on players' returns because they've lied way too many times.
We'll have to find, in regards to all of these players, we'll find out more in spring training. Right now, everything is a speculation, even what they report to us publicly.
Yep, because you don't know what guys will rehab or what guys have worked on already. But
I see that Sean likes what I was saying earlier. He's a Blackburn fan too.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the support there, Sean.
You guys are probably the only two.
I don't know.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be honest. But
I
mean, Blackbird, the dude is a warrior.
He is.
He took some shotgun blast to the face for the team to preserve the bullpen.
And did a good job at it.
Especially in that ridiculous Red Sox game where we had like 5 errors in the 9th inning. And Boone wanted to pull him, and he told him, "No, I got this." And he continued pitching. He threw like 78 pitches in relief.
I'm not saying Blackburn is the second coming of, I don't know who you want to say, Mariano before Wetland or anything like that. What I'm saying is this guy, and like Ken just said, the guy's a beast. He could eat pitches, he could eat batters, he can eat innings. And you need that in the middle of your bullpen. That's the center of your bullpen right there. And you got it, keep it. So I like Blackburn. And I like Hill, and I'm telling you, Hill to me was the only guy when I seen him warming up, I'm saying, please bring him in, please bring him in, please bring him in, because he was the only guy that came in and did his job.
So
he wasn't in the bullpen.
I want to bring up something. I'm sorry, Victor. I don't want to interrupt you. I just want to. I want to bring a comment by Jake that I wanted to bring up as before earlier. So Michael King, what about him? Like, Blackburn is not the answer to being a starter. Absolutely not. What about Michael King?
No.
The issue with Michael King is
we've been there, done that.
There is a mutual option on him.
Okay.
So he is not actually a free agent.
He is because he's going to decline it.
One of the guys that I would look at and consider, and it's under a club/player option, is Shota Imanaga.
Okay. All right.
No.
I would entertain that. I wouldn't say no right away, but I would entertain that.
You want to know why I say no right away?
Sure.
Because we already have 35 million wrapped up in, or no, 36 million wrapped up in Cole, 27 in Fried, 27 in Rodon.
Yeah.
We already are spending. The Yankees are already spending money fucking terribly. as it is. Now those are good signings, not the terrible money spending. It would be terrible for them to spend on a 2 starter when you need a 5 starter for a month. Get a guy in that maybe is a spring trading invitee, maybe a guy you put in the minors for depth behind a Will Warren, behind a Cam Schutler, or you can trade Heel in a package, and then one guy in the package is like your depth starter. That's all you need for a literal month. You don't need to oh, hey, go get Sandy Alcantara, go get Shota
Yeah.
Imanaga, go get Dylan Cease, go get Zach Gallen. No, we need bullpen options. Those are where you spend your money.
Well,
Obviously, a Bellinger return is where you also spend your money. But your bullpen, that dog shit ass club.
Well,
another
well,
big
Well,
mistake they
who
made.
who on the market would you bring in? Being that Diaz is a
Well,
possible opt out. Robert Suarez could possibly opt out.
well,
Anthony
here's
Munoz.
another name that you didn't bring up. I think is Yarbo a free agent?
Yes, Yarborough's a free agent.
Bring him back.
I don't think that the Yankees will bring him back because they didn't put him on the postseason roster at all.
And I think that was stupid. I
Well,
think
because
he had good
Yarborough
numbers
was
against Toronto, and he would have been.
no, Yarborough was hurt. Yarborough got a little injury when he returned. When he returned, he got hurt. That's why he wasn't on the postseason roster. He would have been on the roster if he didn't get hurt, but he got hurt. That's the only reason he was not on postseason roster.
so then can we move on? Like let's just say like King and everybody, can we move on? Let's just say Scott Efros, Johnny Lowe, can we move on from them?
They're both
Thank
gone.
you.
I think they're both
They're both gone.
the
That's
option
fine.
on
I'm good with
Mawaz
that.
is not going to
Yes.
be picked up. Scott
No.
Efros is probably going to be non-tender. Jake Cousin is probably going to be non-tendered.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
another bullpen arm that's down there that's going to be non-tendered. I would not be surprised if the Yankees non-tendered Clark Schmidt to save
No, they're
$5
not
million
gonna.
bucks.
They're
I
not
don't
going to
know.
non-tender
I
him. They're
don't
going
know
to
what
trade
they
him.
do with Jake Bird and Yeli De Los Santos.
They're gonna trade. They're not non-tendering Clark Schmidt. They're gonna trade Clark Schmidt
Okay.
and get assets back because
Who's gonna
he's still
take Mark Schmidt? He's coming off an
he's still a good starter, a good depth starter for a team that needs rotational depth.
that won't be pitching until May at
Well,
the
hopefully patching depth for
No,
us.
that June. But yes, we already have that depth. We just need guys behind the 5.
Yeah.
And Schmidt does a category. You need Schmidt, a team like the Padres, a team like the Dodgers, who don't have a 6 right now, but with the Japanese starters in Yamamoto, Otani, and Sasaki, you're going to need a 6. You're going to need a 6-man rotation. They have a 5 right now. So Snell and Glasnow are going to have to get used to going every 6 days instead of the usual every 5 days that American pitchers are used to. A team like the Diamondbacks, a team like the Rockies, or not the Rockies because the Rockies suck, but a
Yeah.
team like the D-backs, a team like not the Cardinals, a team like the Brewers, a team like the Cubs. There is multitude of teams that you could trade Clark Schmidt to and have them go, all right. And Schmidt also has the 2027 season in club control, so they can go, all right, I think we have this prospect coming up. Schmidt can be a stopgap. Boom.
Yeah.
And you get assets to spend on bullpen arm. Because there's no reason to have Luis Heel or Clark Schmidt onto the rotation if you've added another starter where you can get a cheaper alternative to a Heel or a Schmidt, who are both arbitration eligible to save money.
That's
All right.
crazy. Like how do you hold on hope to that? Like you have like the realistic type of breakdown like King just said. Like how do you hold on to Clark Schmidt and Luis Hill? Like you can trade them and get something in return.
Well, I think that Hill is actually going to get moved in this off season. He was one of my predictive analytic moves.
Lewis Hill.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense.
And
But he's
honestly, I wouldn't hold Will Warren off the table either.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like,
No, I'm not.
What would you like if you trade those guys? What do you like in return?
catching depth.
I want a
Yeah.
I want a bullpen arm. If I'm trading Luis Wheeler Clark Schmidt, I need either prospects or a bullpen arm.
It better be a pretty
Well-
good bullpen arm.
Yeah.
Well,
With everything.
with regard to bullpen arms, the list of actual
That's
free
little.
agents right now: Raisel Iglesias, Ryan Helsley, Devin Williams, Sharon Armstrong, Kenley Jansen, Hobie Miller,
Oh, Lord.
Tyler Rogers, Kirby Yates, David Robertson, Phil Maton, Pete Fairbanks,
All winners.
Sean Newcomb.
All guys
Those are,
who
those are the,
pretty
those
much
are the
suck.
top ones.
I mean, if I do any of them, I bring Robertson back for 1 year.
No,
He's not. He's 41 and he's not coming back to the Yankees.
No.
He freaking has
That-
a discord.
That's a nostalgia. That's basically Jonathan Loaiza bring back for nostalgia hope.
Yeah, he's a cougar. Yeah.
It's like I'm not doing that. No,
You-
that's no.
You can't
What?
tell me there ain't nobody in this farm club that we can't bring up for a few months to fill a couple holes. And if we don't have that, then there's an issue
You-
going on. down
You
there.
have Legrand and you
And then
have
the problem starts down there, man, because all these other teams who have holes like this, they plug them in like they're going out of style. They got
Yes.
depth. They got depth. They got depth. Yanks got
They do
debt.
have depth. They don't use them.
Yankees have debt. They owe everything.
they have it, but they fucking sign
They
a
don't know what they
30-year-old. They sign a random fucking washed up has-been that hasn't been good in 3 years.
Oh yeah, because they're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see how much sticks, instead
But-
of doing what the teams do. Hey, look at this kid you savaged. This guy was an A ball. I'm still
Well,
trying
that-
to get.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm
You know what,
still
Victor?
You can't
He is.
you can't look at you Savage and go, "Oh, the Yankees should be doing that,"
What?
because
You
that was
Savage?
just
Are you crazy?
that was your
We should-
Savage
you're
pushing
right.
the
We
issue.
shouldn't be
You
doing
think
that. We should be producing 3 or 4 of them a year. That's what the Yankees
no?
should be.
That's impossible to do. That is
No, it's not.
literally the impossible.
No, it's not.
You
No,
know
it's
how
not.
hard it is to go from
Okay.
A ball to the majors in one
Dude.
season?
It starts
That
with
are-
scouts, man. If you got good scouts, that ain't an issue, man.
No,
It's
that
so-
then why
yeah.
haven't anybody else done it outside of Skeens and Savage? Because when Steven Strasburg, one of the most hyped pitching prospects of the last 20 years until Skeens showed up, had a year he got drafted, played a year in the minors, and then got called up. Savage went from A ball to Double A to Triple A all the way to the majors, and pretty much just ran through the Yankees lineup, ran through the Mariners lineup, ran through the Dodgers lineup like it was nothing. That is the near impossible without him being sent back down to AAA to work on some stuff because the major leagues have caught on to him. That is one of the most impossibly hard things for a team to do. They've struck gold in Toronto.
The interesting thing with Yasevich is his pitch angle. He is at a 7'2" reach, and that is very odd. I mean,
That is
to see
elite.
a ball, to see a ball. I mean, that's an albatross. That is not normal. However, the major leagues had a limited time to actually try to make adjustments to this guy. I suspect over the offseason, a lot of the teams are going to be running tape on this guy to try to figure out how to attack him the best. And I mean, my example on the Yankees was when Luis Hill came up last year. Until 3 games before the All-Star break, people were touting him as the next Cy Young winner, the perennial All-Star starter. The league made adjustments, figured him out, and they hammered him. The Yankees and Hill were not quick to make the adjustments back, and he pitched out the rest of the season enough to win the Rookie of the Year award, but he has not been the same pitcher since the beginning of 2024.
So if Toronto struck gold in with the Savage, what did the Yankees do with Cam this year? Did they find a diamond mine?
Yes.
Cam Slittler
So they can be done.
is
It
a
can be done.
prospect pitcher. He has electric stuff when it comes to fastball, but his secondaries are not there.
Yeah,
talking
your Savage had
hitter.
better secondaries than
You cannot throw
Slittler has.
fastballs past everybody in the league. Classic example is what the Blue Jays did to him when they had him at 60 pitches and out in an inning and inning and a third.
This kid looks like he's something special, and I think he's going to be something special.
He is.
Absolutely.
He needs to develop 2 more pitches.
Yes.
He's
He
very
needs to-
capable of developing 3 or 4 more pitches. I think that he is, and what I'm talking about. All right, we all know that. All right, let's talk about his demeanor. Let's talk about his personality. Let's talk about how he handled himself. He did not handle himself like a rookie. He handled himself like a guy that had been out there, like done it before. This ain't nothing. And just Savage, a mirror of him doing it for Toronto. It was absolutely awesome watching these 2 guys. And I can't wait for these guys to hook up next year in games with Toronto and the Yankees. It'll be a hot ticket. It'll be the hottest ticket. I think it's probably the best. That's a marquee matchup for me next year. Looking forward to it already. I don't even know what the schedule looks like. But if I see Cam versus your Savage, whether it be in Yankee Stadium or in Toronto, I'm tuning in. I'm watching. I want to see these kids progress and progress and progress.
So,
because we're seeing something special with at least these 2. And this Yamamoto is, I don't even think he's human. 2 complete games in the postseason.
He's a stud.
Two complete games in the postseason? You don't even get 2 complete games in a regular season by anybody anymore. That just tells you where this guy is. And he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it in under 100 pitches, right?
I think one was over 100, and then the other one was a Maddox.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. The second one the other night, game 2. I mean, game 3. I was just like, my God, this guy is something special. Holy! And his location, his effort, he makes it look like it's easy. And then what kills me about your Savage last night, I'm watching him.
The thing you got to remember about your Savage, he was not as crisp in the first start against the Dodgers.
No, he wasn't. But he learned. He learned something.
He adapted. But in game 1, his fastball had lost velo. He wasn't throwing as hard as he was against the Yankees, and his location was up.
And his ability to adjust and come back on that and improve on that, and then come back on what the mistake he made there and come back and then improve on that. And then how many total strikeouts he got? Did he hit 40?
Is
he 40?
He had 12. He had 12 in his last start.
12. I think he went into the game with 27 or 24.
I know he had over 10 against the Yankees.
All right, there's 22.
And I think his first start, he only had 5 strikeouts against the Dodgers.
All right, so we're talking, he's already at 30-something. That's amazing.
hey Jonathan, as a Giants fan, we just signed Tony Vitello as our new manager today. I think that he's going to be a good manager. I don't care what people say about him. He's not a good manager. He's going to do great things for our organization next year.
What makes you
Tony Vitello? He played because he has. I mean, he's a good manager, but the only player that people are saying is that he coached Drew Gilbert. The new player that the Giants have right now, they coach him. That's all people are saying, that's the reason why they want him, just because he coached one player. What kind of BS is that? You just because one player you want that manager, just because he coached one player on that team, on that play for Tennessee.
I never.
Drew Gilbert played for Tennessee, and then just because of one player, you're getting all up on this manager like this. He's the biggest blockbuster move that the team has ever made.
And the way these guys are hiring owners, they're setting up for the 27.
But I don't understand why just because of one athlete, you're saying he drew Tony Vitello is the best manager. How do you have never, the Giants fans have never seen this guy manage the team, and the season is going to start. They play the Yankees to open up the season.
That's what I'm telling you. The owners are setting up for the lockout 27. They're hiring no-name guys just so they don't have to pay him during the lockout. Why? And if they do, they're paying them chump change because they're a no-name.
Yeah, because Tony
by the owner.
Yeah, because Tony Vitello, the new manager of the Giants, he has no coaching, no managing experience at all. He was a coach at Tennessee. That's all. That's all
That's what
he
I'm
Well, he
has.
was
saying.
a
That's
manager.
all.
He was
Well,
a
that's what
Tennessee
he's
That's
manager.
saying.
all
He's
he
saying
had under his careers. He was a head
All right,
coach.
time out. Shoot, Jonathan.
that's exactly why he was hired, so he could. In case of a lockout, which is very likely, he won't be back. He's basically a fill-in manager. He's
San
not a
Diego did the same
permanent
thing.
manager.
Wait,
No, but
how do
And
you know that? Where?
what happens if what happens if
But
Tony Vitello manages his team and he ends up being a total failure and they let him go?
It doesn't matter
And
because then Billy's paying in 27.
No,
that's exactly my
but
point.
wait, can I
I'm
can I
telling
ask
you.
you a question?
sure.
no, but I'm
Hold
saying if
on,
he's
let Li speak.
But how do you know this is a stopgap manager when Buster Posey, one of the smarter catchers that we've seen over the last 20 years, hired him? This is Posey's guy. It
You just
wasn't. It
answered
was.
your own question. You just answered your own
But
question. He's smart. He's intelligent. He knows what he's doing,
But
right?
if
He's
yes,
hired
this
a
is
no
if you
name, so
look
he
at
this is literally Posey's guy.
yeah.
if you
Posey
look
got
at
him.
if you look at collegiate
So
baseball,
this is not a
the cream,
stopgap guy. This is Posey's guy.
the cream of the crop in in NCAA is the SEC. Tennessee is an SEC team that has done well. He's got some chops. He's worked with developing players. So, I mean, I could see merit in this particular manager being given a shot. If you look at I think the problem that he is going to have is dealing with people like their first baseman, Rafael Devers, because he's a freaking diva, and he hasn't seen anything like that at the collegiate level.
Diva.
But when it
Yes.
comes to young
I
developing pitchers,
Yep.
I don't really agree that Devers is a diva. I think I think with the Red Sox thing, it's getting blunt. It was getting blown out of proportion, where Devers got told one thing, and Breslow wanted out of it, so he pissed off Devers enough to where Devers went, "Fuck this, I want to trade because I feel disrespected."
Yeah, well,
It's
then he
like,
comes
all
here
right,
and he disrespects Will Clark, one of
Will
the great
Clark.
first basemen ever, who he stood up in the stadium, who was going to work with him at first. And Devers, that non-diva you're calling him, is a diva by standing up Will Clark, who's willing to be there on his time to help him become a San Francisco Giant at first base. So Devers, he could jump in that freaking bay too. Tell him to swim
so
through the Alcatraz.
It's a nice
so what
base.
I like
No respect for guys like that disrespect the game, who think they're a little bit bigger than this game. They ain't. I don't care what their thing is, what their numbers are. You ain't bigger in this game. You never will be. You never can be. So guys
so
like
what
that, no respect for.
So what I like about the manager Tony Vitello in the press conference when they asked him when they asked him questions, he was so calm and composed and he answered those questions the best way he can, even though he didn't know how to answer them. He just gave the best answers. He's a calm dude.
Well, did
He's
you
a
think he
calm,
was
he's a
going
very calm guy. I mean, like, you want a manager to be calm or
I want a
like
guy
well, I
that's
mean,
going to
I
throw a
want a
chair.
calm
I want
manager
a guy
who
that's going to throw a chair. I want a guy that's going to throw F-bombs at the press when they ask stupid questions. I want a guy with fury and fire. I want a Billy Martin. I want an Earl Weaver. I want a Sparky Anderson.
Well, those managers
the
don't
intelligence
exist.
of Joe
those
Torre
Those
or
those
managers
managers
are
don't
very
exist.
rare nowadays. They don't exist. You're
No,
never going to have a manager that fights with their own players.
they might have
Billy
a little
Martin.
scuffle. They might have a
Billy
little
Martin fought
scuffle
with
here and
Reggie
there.
Jackson on national TV.
That's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
that's not going to happen. It's that era is done.
That's
Those
the
managers
problem with
aren't going
baseball.
to get. No, it's not.
That's the problem with baseball. My point being, that doesn't exist no more. That's the game. That is the game. That's the passion of winning and losing a game. Billy Martin and Reggie Jackson going in fisticuffs in the dugout because he told him to do something, and Reggie told him to go F himself. And Billy said, "Not on
What
my." They're like, it didn't matter. That's what you do. You fight in the
what does
clubhouse.
that solve? That
What's it
solves
solve?
nothing.
It solved a 14.5 game comeback to beat Boston that year and win a World Series. That's what it did.
I
It
mean
took
it's
Cliff Johnson and
Cool. That's
Goose
one.
Gossett
That's one.
rolling around
That,
in a shower having a fist
it,
fight over something.
it's like when you don't
Munson
agree with
didn't talk to
somebody.
Munson didn't talk to Jackson at all that year.
It's like when you disagree with somebody, you use your words to tell the other person you don't like what they're doing. You don't use violence. I don't like using violence
Yeah.
on hitting somebody and doing. I don't like that, man. Use your words. Tell the other person you don't like what they're doing, rather than putting your hands on the other
Okay,
person.
It's a
back
whole
to the
different
point.
competitive
Back
world.
to the point of
No, but I'm saying
baseball.
that you managers don't need to put hands on the other on a player. You know, they can get ejected from the game if they do that.
What's wrong with two players going at it in the shower?
But they're gonna. But you.
All
What you
right,
do
One,
behind
That
closed doors doesn't matter.
last warning. On point. We're at an
Please.
hour and 30 minutes.
I know.
We're talking
Please.
about what we can do to get back to the series.
We are. Get the culture
Okay,
of the game back. Get the culture of the Yankees
No.
back. Get that fire back in
No.
these guys. Be accountable for what you do. You're not jogging to first base because you didn't hit the ball hard enough. You're running out. You know what outs there are at first and second.
What
You're not
the-
caught off guard. You're not getting picked off in the postseason being 800 feet off of first base. Bring back the mentality of the game, and it starts in the dugout.
Well, what the
Today's
Yankees need
analytics
to do,
and
they
all
need
that,
to
get
get
rid
on.
of-
They need to get high on base guys. They need to get guys who don't strike out that much. They need to be uncomfortable with striking out. The game and the Yankees in particular have been very comfortable with striking out. They have to get guys who can be a 400 batting on base percentage.
that 400 on base percentage is very difficult to get.
It's not very difficult to get.
No,
'Cause
yes, it
has
is. The only
not.
the only 400 on base guy that got close was Soto and Judge. That's about it. Those are the closest guys you're
But
getting
this is what
to a
this
400 OBP. That's
this
not
is
happening.
what I am. This is what I am saying. They need to. Baseball needs to get back to the mentality of getting on base.
I'm
Over
with,
the
I'm
last
with Jonathan on this.
years,
He's right, man. Where's
over
Yes,
the
get
last
back.
20 years, they've been too comfortable with the home run and too comfortable with the strikeout instead of taking your walks, working the pitcher, and get on base.
You're
Well,
right,
that's
and 100% right, Jonathan. I couldn't agree with you more, bud. I couldn't
But-
agree with you more. Bring back the mentality of how the game.
Yes, and that is what. Let me
Not
give
gonna
you.
happen.
I'll give you a short thing. You remember the '98 team? The '98 team,
Yeah, Bruce.
the starting lineup, every guy there had an batting average above 290, and nobody hit more than 29 home runs.
Your
okay.
your 400 OBP players this season were Aaron Judge at 585, Alec Boehm at 553, Vladimir Guerrero at 503, Gavin Lux at 502, Jose Ramirez at 502, Alex Bregman at 468, Spencer Steer at 444, Nico Horner at 421, Addison Barger at 411, and Kerry Carpenter at 410.
So how many guys had an OBP
And Cal
above?
Raleigh at 400 flat.
How many guys had an OBP above 370?
Ernie Clement, Josh Naylor, Shohei Ohtani, Michael Bush, Trevor Story, Matt McClain, Kyle Tucker, and he's the last one. Nathan Lukes is at 369.
And this is the problem with the game, and this is what I think will make it more exciting. They need to work on people getting on base more, not comfortable striking out 200 times. And they always find ways of how to improve the game.
Mhm.
How to improve the game: walk, steal bases, and make the game go. It's not always about the home run or nothing. That top part of the game should be gone with the steroid era. Before the steroid era, nobody cared about how many people home runs or not. You cared about getting on base, working the pitcher, and winning the game. That is the type of mentality that needs to return to baseball.
Absolutely. Great point, Jonathan. Very great point. And I said this many times in many streams before. Yeah, they need to do fundamentals. They need to do great situational hitting. They need to do all the small ball type of plays like any I always like to say play chess, not play checkers. A lot of the teams, like the Blue Jays, they did the opposite. They played checkers. No, I'm sorry. They play chess. Yes, they play chess, and the Yankees played checkers, and that's why we lost. So again, great point. I think that right now that a lot of teams, right, especially right now, like the Yankees, despite what the Blue Jays said, they said a lot of nasty comments, a lot of nasty insults. They hurt our feelings with words. Okay, great, get over it. Right now, we need to learn from them to see how they're playing, how they're beating the Dodgers right now, and then just gain that XP points. I like to say. I think that would be great right now. But
I mean, me personally, the Yankees have to have a fundamental shift in roster construction where we're looking at an amalgamation of the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and the Diamondbacks, where you have a large composite of contact hitters that run into power with base stealing proficiency, not being picked off at first or being thrown out at third a dozen times.
Yes. Yeah.
I think one of the first fundamentals was removing the first base coach. I would like to see the third base coach additionally removed.
I think Rojas is removed, by the way.
He was interviewing for the Orioles job, and they did not pick him.
Interesting.
Yep. But
that brick is still in our house.
Okay.
How about Rawson?
I think that our hitting coach should be replaced.
Yes.
Because from my perspective, he had no stance on situational hitting. Now they brought up the developmental hitting coach from the minor leagues to become an assistant coach. I would love to see.
Oh shit!
I would love to see a guy come up into the organization like Suzuki Ichiro, somebody who was a contact hitter who definitely had a methodology of approach and respect for the game.
But here's my thing with the Yankees. The thing that the phone dropped. But here's the thing with the Yankees that pisses me off. You have such a array of the mix of the put the ball in play and the power. You have Jason Dominguez. You have Josh Chisholm, if he's not traded. You have Anthony Volpe, which you completely took the stolen bases away from him for the last 2 seasons. Don't know why the fuck you took that away from him. You have guys with either above average speed or elite speed in J-Dom, Jazz, Volpe. You have the guys there that can have you stealing bases, putting the ball in play, and having you mess up the pitcher's rhythm instead of just, Stanton's up, McMahon's up, Judge is up.
And
the guys that aren't going to run, the guys that aren't going to steal because McMahon's slow as fuck. For being a third baseman is weird. But anyway, he's slow as fuck. Stanton can't run. Judge is a moderately decent base runner. I don't know if Bellinger's back. You have Jones there who could have you with stolen bases. You could have Jones, J-Dom, Volpe, Jazz. Wells can get you 10. Rice can get you 10. You have, what? J-Dom, Jones, Volpe. Yeah, 3 guys with 30 stolen bases. At the maximum, at the minimum, I want 30 stolen bases from those guys. That's 120 right there. And most of our we are eighth place. We are tied 8th in stolen bases last season with 134. Those were carried mostly by Josh Chisholm with 30.
And
what about Caballero?
Oh, Caballero, yeah, because he got. Oh yeah, Caballero and Jazz. That's about pretty much your.
Can I have
whole
more
thing.
stats I want to hear?
With the whole thing with the Yankees, you have to somehow. The roster pisses me off so much because hey, I have Judge up. Oh wait, McMahon's behind him. Just 4 McMahon strikeout. Stanton strikeout or home run. You have a roster that's a clusterfuck of a mess that doesn't make at all sense to baseball. You have a home run derby roster, not a baseball roster. Trade McMahon. I don't care how much this pisses off Yankee fans because they can't look at the game and not the name. I don't give a shit about their opinion. Get rid of Stanton. He doesn't make sense for the roster. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
No, you can't.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the no trade clause. I don't give a fuck about the postseason stats. He doesn't make sense for the roster. Get rid of him. Get rid of McMahon.
They're not getting
Get
rid of
some
him
speed.
because the Marlins paying $10 million.
I don't give a
$30
fuck
million.
about the Marlins paying
All right,
$10 million.
calm the language down a bit,
When-
please.
Yeah, we're
When-
gonna get rid of one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Just take a walk because you don't fit. No, that's insanity.
Wait, Stanton, one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
I have a few things.
Stanton.
I have something to mention about on base percentage in the Yankees. In the farm system, there was only 2 guys in all of last year that had an on base percentage over 400. That was Dax Kilby, who played only.
I was about to say he had a handful of games.
He had only a handful of games. He had a 457 on base percentage, and a guy named Steven Martinez. He was in rookie ball, had 205 plate appearances, had a 424 on base percentage. And the next guy was also in rookie ball, had a 387 on base percentage and 217 at bats, plate appearances.
Do you know what rookie ball is?
It's basically extensive of college.
It's advanced high school / JUCO type pitching.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to get on base.
It's essentially like college.
So you're certainly going to have elevated OBP and OPS against pitching like that. The test, like George Lombard Jr. faced advancing to AA, he got hammered. His numbers are freaking horrible at AA.
Well, he had a 367 on base percentage, even though he batted 235 last year.
I was about to say he was in the 230s, hidden as far as I know.
235.
So that's not an inspiration or anything that tells me he's ready to be a major leaguer.
Even Spencer Jones had a 362 on base percentage, but Spencer Jones had a 35% strikeout rate.
Spencer Jones wasn't even a 40 man.
Down from his 42% strikeout rate.
The first thing you got to do is make room for him on the 40 man.
After tomorrow's game, it may be tomorrow if Blue Jays win. There's instantly going to be seven roster spots open.
I'm just very curious to see like what everyone wants with the Yankees, because this is a great hypothetical. I say hypothetical because it's not realistic, because the front office is not going to do that. So you could put any names on your notes, on your cheat sheets, on your scrap paper. That's great. I will do the same thing. They're not going to do that. They're probably sign one big player, and that's it. Because that I don't trust them. I really don't trust them. But it's like, oh, the Yankees are going to do great things this season. They're going to improve the roster. Well, show us. I'm really tired of words. Again, I've always before I get interrupted, I just want to say words are always great in poems. Poems are great to express yourself in terms of how you feel out of your mouth. It's called a word vomit, alphabet vomit. But you need to show action. You need to show force. You need to show these Yankee fans that you mean business, that you care. You can say all you want. I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in the season. I'm very I'm in my I'm very sad and stuff like that. Great. I'm glad to hear that. But you need to show us. Because you know what? If you show us the right direction, we need to have these conversations on a daily, because who knows what's going to happen the next day. This is going to be very crucial right now. So I'm glad we were having these conversations with everybody on the stream too. So I appreciate everyone.
When I saw the media day for the Yankees, I was not very optimistic about anything going.
Obviously not. No.
Well,
Nick, I'm going to
it was
echo off of
mostly-
your chess and checker thing that you always talk about. Chess and
That'd be
checkers.
great.
Right.
Oh, you listen in. I appreciate it. Okay.
All right, you're a chess
No,
player,
that guy,
right?
yeah.
You're a chess player.
Yes, sir.
And people come over and they try to beat you and they can't. And you go on you're on a winning streak, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you start losing a couple games of chess. Do you run out and go get a new chessboard?
Nope.
Because if I go get a new chessboard and I got new pieces, I'm going to play better. It's the same pieces. You work with what you got. And that's what I hear. Every time you say that, hey, play chess, not checkers, I immediately think of a chessboard. And I'm like, yeah, you work with those pieces. I don't run out and get, oh, that bishop cost me the game. Get him out of here. I'm going to go to the store and buy a new bishop. Put a new bishop down. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You got to work with the tools that you got.
On a chessboard, you're playing with pieces. In this chessboard, you have 7 people leaving in free agency at this point for the Yankee roster. So those positions have to be addressed one way or another, whether it be through the farm, through trades, or through free agency. Right now, the way that I see it, you have to address at least 2 outfielders. You have to address at least 3 bullpen arms, possibly 4. You have to address an interim starter, somebody that can be a stopgap, possibly 2 stopgaps. And first and foremost, we have to have an actual leadoff hitter that we haven't had in 2 years.
I think our leadoff hitter is already in house.
Are you thinking Dominguez?
Yes, I've been saying
John.
it.
So
I've been saying it since the offseason of last year. Go into the season with J-Dom as your leadoff hitter. Now I was saying Bellinger 2 or Wells 2 because I didn't see Rice having that season. Now it's your 2026 1 through 3 should stay as the follows: Jason Dominguez in left field, Ben Rice at first base, and Aaron Judge, whether you want him at right field or DH. That should be your 1, 2, 3. It stays that way until one of those guys have a day off.
That makes sense. I like that. Hey, LA King, how come you didn't work for the Yankees? They turned you down? They fired you?
No, I haven't even gotten an opportunity, even though
just being hypothetical. Yeah.
Even though I'd probably run that team better than fucking they do, because I would actually address the bullpen for the first time in 5 fucking years.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, let's bring in fucking Ian Hamilton, Tim Hill, scrub.
I applied to work for the Yankees as their Southeast Regional Scouting Representative and made it to the 3rd interview and did not get hired. They think that I know Bupkis. So on my stream,
that's why for me, when I interview for a position, I don't you go through 2 interviews and then you don't get it because they don't feel that you're qualified enough, and there's other good candidates out there that are better than you, and then you don't get the job.
I interviewed for 2 marriages.
And it hurts because you really want that job, and then they don't think that you're qualified enough, and then you don't get it.
Well,
you go for like 3 interviews and you don't get it.
And such is life. You move on.
It sucks.
Just like water on a duck's back. It just rolls the hell off.
Did no one else catch that? That was funny as hell.
No,
it was like Ken said I interviewed for 2 marriages. That was hilarious.
That was Victor.
Yeah, that was Victor. Yeah, it was Victor.
Oh, Victor. My bad. I thought it was Ken. My bad.
Yeah, one of them guys
Hey, Victor, when you apply for an interview, what are some tips to ace your interview so you don't feel too nervous when you take it?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Because like when I go in interviews, I get nervous. I start saying the wrong answers. They ask me like, "What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses?" I don't know what I don't want to say like something like out of the blue. You know, they're not gonna hire me because he's giving all these bogus answers to the question they're asking.
Well, what do you hire?
And then I feel like, what am I gonna say? Am I gonna?
Prepare before the interview. You have to have a very clear mindset. Be very confident in your answers.
Absolutely.
I did prepare before, but I still felt nervous.
Let me ask you a question.
Well, the answer is not to take uppers or speed. Don't do that before you go into an interview.
I feel nervous, you know, because when I go there, I'm shaking and I'm trembling in my seat. Am I going to get the job? Am I not going to get the job? What's going to happen?
Listen,
Well,
you
and I'm worrying
you
have to change your mindset. You have to think more positively.
That's great.
I want this job. This is how I'm not going to think I'm not going to get it. Answer the questions and speak confidently.
I did do that.
Dude, you just tell the truth.
And I still didn't get the job still, even if I answered like confidently the questions and I said what I truly feel to all the questions they're asking me, and then I still don't get it.
For you.
Here,
And
you
that,
want to know the secret about the interview?
what are the secrets about the interview?
Have the most cookie cutter business answers you can possibly have. That's what
I've
I
been
did.
doing that every interview.
all
I've
of
been
my-
doing that. I've been doing that. It's not
It's like,
working.
literally,
It's not.
Interviews are the easiest thing of all
It's
time.
not working. You know, it's not gonna work. I'm just not good at interviews. I get too nervous at interviews.
Hey, SGA. SGA.
And I don't like it. I'm just,
Hey, SGA.
What?
I want to ask you, what are you applying for?
I want to apply for to work for the Giants.
Oh, nice. Okay. I just want to ask you. You've heard about my name, right?
I've never heard about you, but you have a YouTube page, right? You're a chef,
Well,
right?
not a YouTube page, but I've been a part of you.
You're a chef, right?
Yeah, I guess. I just want to. So you're applying for with.
I want to work as an usher for the Giants.
The usher of the. Okay, all right. So what are you trying to like on your resume? Like, what are you trying to point out to?
Actually, Nick, I know what he's talking about, and it's actually a job fair.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what they do. They have a job fair just before the season. It's an open house. You go there, and that's what he's talking about. That's
okay.
That's what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
I just want to help you out before you get into something. It's an open forum type.
Absolutely. Yeah.
As I understand it, Nick or SJ, Nick is looking for a sous chef at his restaurant. So perhaps you should apply for a job.
Yeah, what are your ambitions?
If you need a sous chef, Nick, I could be yours if you want. If you're looking for one, if you're looking for one, I could be your sous chef if you're looking for one.
Hey Nick, we live right by the bay. It's going to be the freshest fish you can get, bro.
I'm in New York, man.
No.
You open up one out here in the West Coast.
What restaurant in New York do you go? What restaurant in New York do you have?
Oh, restaurants are a dying breed, Jonathan. I don't know, man. It's all catering right now.
Catering, man. He's into big money.
I'm right around. I'm probably right around the corner from you.
Oh yeah, we gotta go on a date. Okay.
The reason why working as a sous chef would be a good job for me is because my major is in the recreation, hospitality, and tourism industry. I work in that areas. So I think working in a hotel, working in a restaurant would be good for me.
It would, but it'd be
because I work in the tourism industry, hospitality, tourism.
Yeah.
Working in a hotel, being a
San Francisco Zoo then.
I want to work in a hotel. I want to work in somewhere, I want to be the guest in the front desk agent in the front when people ask,
yes.
How many nights are you staying for? Are you staying for 2 nights? How many rooms? Stuff like that. I want to ask them.
First of all, nobody's staying overnight in San Francisco. So
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in a hotel. When you go to a luxury hotel, I want to be like in a Ritz-Carlton hotel, Four Seasons hotel. I want to work there.
The first thing that I recommend is
I want to be and I want to wear I like wearing a suit when I work in a hotel as a manager.
SGA. Hello?
What? Do you have anything for me?
Look at my sister's comment.
I'll be quiet and I'll let you talk.
No, you're
look
good.
At my sister's comment.
It's normal to be nervous. You just have to get comfortable with being nervous. Have a friend practice interviewing with you, video interview, and work on looking less nervous.
Hey, Nick. If I keep getting nervous on interviews, I'm gonna be bald by the end of the year. I'm gonna lose hair.
Hey,
I don't
have any damn hair.
If I get nervous on interviews, I'm gonna lose all my hair due to all me getting nervous, and I'll be bald.
I just want to bring up something to SGA.
What you want?
SGA, Charles. Can I call you Charles?
You can call me Shardall.
Charles. Look,
whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Schmo. I don't care. Whatever.
No. It doesn't matter what you
It doesn't matter what you call me. You can call me whatever.
No. I'm gonna call you. What?
Just call me SGA. Just make it
That's
easy.
fine. That's
call
fine.
me SGA.
Evan, I have no idea.
I just want to speak to SGA on a personal level right now. Look, I think you're a great guy. I think you're an amazing guy. I think you can grab any job that you want to, any career that you pursue right now. You can grab any career that you want to. So right now you're asking for the let's just say a front position for a hotel job. Is that what you're asking for right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in my experience, I'm more of the back of the house, but I do have experience in the front of the house too. So I think that you have every qualification to get that position because you do have a personality. A great personality, but you have to keep to that great personality. You can't veer off. You have to always stick to being what's true for yourself and what's true for your character. You can't veer off to be like, okay, I'm going to be this person or this person. You have to be your true self. If you're your true self, I guarantee you're going to succeed in your life. For me, as a chef, I work 20 hours per day. I'm always my same self. I'm always my same character, always will be. Never ever in my life as a chef in my career, never thrown any pots and pans across the forefront of the kitchen. I was always respectful and always nice to my staff and still am to this day. You always have to have that same character. Always have to say, be like, you know what? I'm going to be my true self and always be this person till I die. And I always live by the mantra. So that's how you should be. It doesn't matter if you're going to be like a concierge at a hotel. If you want to exceed in your life, you want to learn, that's up to you. If you want to learn the back of the kitchen, you want to learn more of the front of the kitchen or anything in the hotel industry, you can make it, man. You can always grow and always make it. That's up to you, though.
As a chef, how do you deal with like if somebody, for example, brings you food and it's ice, it's cold, and it's like, why you like take this food back and bring me something warm? Like I can't take this cold food. You throw it in their face.
No, not me. Other people will, not me, man.
No, I've seen a lot. I went to this restaurant. I went in San Jose. I went here and I had cold. My mom ordered this dinner and it was cold. Yeah. And she told the waiter that I take this food back and give me something warm. I'm not gonna eat this bullshit. I'm not gonna eat this.
SGA,
why am I gonna eat this shit?
SGA, I have a lot of very, very, I call it XP points. I have a lot of XP points I can show you. I'm not the same chef that you've seen on TV. I'm not the same chef that you've seen anywhere else. I'm always going to be the same chef that will respect you, that always guide you. And if you don't want to learn the job and you don't want to grow, that's on you. I'm going to be like, look, SGA, this is not for you. I'm sorry, but it's not going to work out. Well, I'm going to be truthful.
Nick, that's called mentorship.
Absolutely.
So is this the Gordon Ramsay hour?
No, it's not, because I'm not Gordon Ramsay. I'm a nice Gordon Ramsay. The respectful.
You're not the Gordon Ramsay who throws pots and pans across the floor, across the room.
Man. Yeah, SGA. I just said it, man. I'm not that person. No,
if you can make a good lamb souvlaki, I'll go for it.
I do all cuisines, man. I do Mediterranean. I do Asian. I do everything. But SGA,
this train is off the track.
All right, well, we're about to put the train back on the track.
Yeah, SGA, let me just close with look.
My problem is I derail the conversation. I want to get the train back on track.
Look, SGA, look,
not derail it.
Look, no, you're fine, man. I just again, I would be more than happy to talk to you about this one-on-one, because I think this is very important. I think you're a great person, and I think you have a lot of value in your life, and I think you would very exceed. So a lot in this business is very tough. So this is I'm your mentor, man. I'm right here. So if you want to learn the back of the kitchen, the front of the kitchen, I'm right here for you, brother. Right here.
All right.
Cause like when I was an usher for school in theater.
Enough.
That's it, man. I gotta close it out. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
T-Road has made a request
Yes.
Let's get
Yeah.
some predictions.
I don't
for
want to ramble
tomorrow's
on and on
series.
and on.
You're good, brother.
Well, you're
You're
rambling.
Good. You're good, brother.
I'm sorry for rambling.
You're good, brother. You're good.
Tomorrow's starters for the Dodgers is going to be Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Kevin Gossman. How do we feel that?
I think it's going to be a tough pitcher duel, but I think eventually the Blue Jays will win it. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. If I'm going to make a prediction compared to the previous game, I'm guessing Blue Jays going to win 5-3.
That's good.
Nick?
Okay.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. That's a great. Yeah, that I was actually feeling that. I would hope that it goes to a game 7. That'd be really great. It's like they're fighting over the Yankees. How great would that be? Like two teams that are complaining about the Yankees in the past. They're like, oh, we want to beat each other because we hate the Yankees. Oh, that's great with me. But I think but tomorrow might be the end of the Dodgers. It might be, but again, hoping for a game 7. I just want that battle. But 5-3, that seems like a reasonable score. Yep, good call. Yeah, very good call.
And SGA?
So I'm going with the Blue Jays getting the 9-6 win over LA. I'm going with Gosman, 12 innings, 5 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 3 runs allowed, 3 hits allowed, 1 run allowed. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Good prediction.
Victor?
I like my island, man. I'm the only one on this island. I really like
No, you're
it.
not.
Your
Chef Nick,
island? What?
yeah, Chef Nick, you're going to get your wish. You're going to get a game 7 because
Oh, I better.
I don't think the Blue Jays are beating this kid tomorrow.
Yeah.
This kid's just this guy's just too much. That's with that being said, you get the game 7. Hey, anybody's game.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Ken, it was great hopping on, and I'm gonna take off, but it was great coming on.
Yep.
I'll see you later.
Yep.
What's your score prediction?
SGA, good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you, Chef Nick.
You too,
He
bro.
said
See you later.
9-6.
No, I'm talking to
Victor?
Victor.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think that this kid's got too much. Johnny, can I answer your question with a part 1 and a part 2?
It's just a score prediction.
If this, well, that's what I'm saying. Will you accept a part 1 and a part 2?
Yes.
If he can go 7 and keep them within, you're looking at a 3-2 Dodger win. If he completes another one, you're probably looking at a 2-1, 2-0 Dodger win. I think you're looking at a Dodger win, and you're going to look for, hey, these guys have been writing history every inning. It's not like every game they're writing history. These guys are writing history every inning, both sides. It's an incredible World Series. So there's nothing could be better than to cap this World Series off with a game 7.
Well, my other prediction is if the Blue Jays can keep Ohtani and Freeman off the bases, they will win.
My prediction: Yamamoto is 3-1 on the postseason with a 1.57 ERA. I don't see that the Blue Jays have solved the Yamamoto puzzle, especially after his last outing against them. I predict that the Dodgers are Yamamoto is going to shove in this game. The Dodgers are going to take it to game 7.
Nice.
And my score prediction is a 2-1 victory.
Wow. Oh, welcome to the island, Ken. It's beautiful here, ain't it? Ain't it beautiful?
When we had on Joe's stream, NY Yankee Mania, I was the only person that gave the Blue Jays a shot, and I called game 7 in that stream.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. I was just like, I don't know where to get to, but they found a way to get. While we're on this, let's get your opinion on this. We'll go around real quick.
Sure.
When starting Shohei, instead of maybe bypassing him and working something else out because of the 18 innings, what do you think? A little bit too much on Shohei, and then come back the next day after playing 18 full. It wasn't like he wasn't on base He was on base 9 times.
For Shohei in that 18-inning game, I think he tweaked his hamstring.
Something
Really?
happened.
The
They're saying
trainers
cramp.
came out and evaluated him, and he shoved him away and continued playing the game. I think he did something because when he was pitching in Game 4, Shohei is a pitcher who has a consistent landing spot. His landing spot was all over the place, and his balls were riding up.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think if you the thought of just all right, we're going to skip over Shohei, we're going to pull in. I guess at that point you would have to go to Schnell, right, on the short rest, maybe. But I'm just saying, do you think it was a mistake?
They only had 2 pitchers left that didn't pitch in that game. The other option would have been to do an opener type deal with Kershaw coming out because he only pitched one guy.
Okay. But do you think it was a mistake going there, or do you think he just?
I do.
Rolled the
I don't
dice?
think that Shohei should have pitched.
Okay, then you're with me again on this island.
Hey, you probably could have started Kershaw.
Say again?
You probably could have started Kershaw instead.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I said. Is I would have brought Kershaw in as the starter. He may have only gone 3 or 4 innings, but he would have given you a little bit of length.
At that point, Ken, if he gave you 2 solid with no score, hey, then you can start him in the 3rd and then start your bullpen progression from there. Set it up the way you want if it falls in line for you. I don't know. It just, to me, I was like, maybe they should have just DH'd him tonight instead of trying to pitch him. Because technically everybody played 2 games.
They did.
Will Smith's going on his 7th game tomorrow night. No matter how you look at it, Will Smith has played. He's going to be behind that plate basically for 7 games tomorrow. Because he did not come out in that 18 inning. He was behind the plate all 18 innings. And then came back.
If you hadn't noticed, Smith has been getting the crap kicked out of him behind the dish. A lot of foul balls.
He'd been moving around all over the place. He's blocking a lot of balls.
Both guys are getting beat up. Both guys are playing tremendous in this series. Both catchers are, to me, they're a cut above the rest right now, from what I'm seeing, especially through the postseason. I mean, these guys are taking an absolute beating, and yet right in the lineup the next day. Right in the lineup the next day.
Well,
do you think he pulled Kirk too soon?
The year they will have 4 months of rest.
Do you think he went to the gun pull, the gun too fast with Kirk with the pinch hit in that situation? Maybe left Kirk in a little longer.
I wouldn't have I wouldn't have pulled Kirk.
You would have left him in there like Smith.
Yep. The thing that promulgated the moves for Snyder was the injury to Springer.
Yeah, man. That
when Springer tweaked his oblique, all of a sudden the pin started falling. They started going through. They ended up putting two of their 4 bench players in the DH spot.
I don't think that game goes so long if Springer's in there.
It's tough to say the way that pitching was going.
No,
They had bases loaded with nobody out and couldn't push a run across in extra innings.
Yeah, and
I think one of those bats was supposed to be Springer.
But I'll tell you what, they recovered pretty damn quick, and they recovered effectively because all he did was plug in Bochette, which was easy for him. Keep Bochette off the field, plug him in there, and you got a IKF. So you really taking that much of a punch at second? Not really.
But
of course you want Springer. Don't get me wrong, but they're doing well without him.
I will tell you, the only people who have hit Yamamoto on the Blue Jays is Cody Clement and freaking George Springer.
Oh, Clement,
everyone else,
beast, man.
And everybody else is bupkis.
That's Eric Clement.
I'm telling you, this Clement, this kid is. I don't know if this. You think it's a flash in the pan? I don't. I think the kid's got talent because it just seems that he keeps getting better and better and smarter as the at bats go on.
Absolutely.
Clement he has a very high baseball IQ. He handles third base pretty well. So he looks like he's going to be a terror in the American League East for a while.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're on that team also. Addison Barger is no joke.
No, he's not. He's a feisty player too. I'll tell you who's not. Who's not really a bad ball player? Who I really like, and I'll give you who he reminds me of. Who he reminds me of physically, but who he reminds me of hitting. And I don't know why hitting wise, but this Davis, the kid that led off last night. He reminds me of Chris Sabo with the glasses from back in the day.
Oh,
Davis
wow.
Snyder.
Yeah, Davis Snyder. But the way he hits, I don't know why, but for some reason he reminds me of Edgar Martinez hitting. I don't know why. I have no idea. I see him up there, and I see him hit, and I'm like, why does he remind me of Edgar Martinez? And I don't know why, but he's one of those silent assassin ball players, kind of like a Brett Gardner was in the beginning, and then all of a sudden, Brett Gardner. Oh, that's the Brett Gardner. They just developed. That kid Snyder seems like one of those ball players who's young enough, and he stays in this system. They're producing superstars right now.
Great mustache.
The Varsho ain't no joke either. They got a solid outfield.
Yeah. Anyway, I have to get going. It's getting late for me. Still have to wake up tomorrow.
Appreciate you hopping on the stream.
Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Good to see you, brother.
Good talk to you, Bo. Yeah, Varsho is good too. So all the way around that outfield.
They obtained Varsho in a trade with the Diamondbacks. They sent Lourdes Gurriel and Gabby Moreno.
Wow.
Over to Arizona.
How'd they work out in Arizona?
Outstanding.
So it was a good trade.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think Arizona won that trade.
Really?
They got their starting catcher and starting left fielder out of it. The starting left fielder has produced 25 plus home runs in the 2 seasons he's been there. And Moreno, when he's been on the field, excellent defensive catcher, probably better than Kirk with a serious power bat. And speed from a catcher. Go figure.
Yeah, that's rare. That's a rarity to get a catcher.
Everyone talks about the Namaro trade to the Red Sox, and I think in the long run we're going to end up winning that trade.
Well, you would hope. You would hope that you get the better end of the deal, but sometimes the deal just works out for the best for both ends.
Rodriguez Cruz basically came into our system, was able to work to his strengths, and was our minor league pitcher of the year. And I think that he will be on the 26 roster.
As what, though?
Well, you kind of call up around All-Star break time, or
I think he breaks spring training with us, especially with Cole, Rodon,
as a starter.
Well, how many? There. All right, let's put it to you. All right, let's get. If you got to do the math first, where do we stand as far as the 40-man goes? Who's on? Who's off? How many vacancies do we have? How many vacancies can we make? What are we going to do? And how soon? And who gets on it?
We have the potential for 7 vacancies on the 40-man with what we have, because we've got some garbage players on there.
Yeah, we do.
And some of those players are going to be released. I don't see us tendering a contract to Scott Efros.
I
don't see us tendering a contract to Jake Cousins. Ian Hamilton, I would seriously be surprised if we kept him.
7 roster spots is pretty significant, and if you do it the right way, man, you could make the right moves. You make a serious impact without any trades or signings or anything crazy.
Yep.
Because then you could secure a spot on there for a guy like Spencer Jones or this guy or that guy before you do your signings, and you still have room.
I want to bring up a case with Ian Hamilton. It's
not going to be easy, Ken, to get back to the American League East title, let alone getting back to the postseason, let alone getting to the World Series next year. I think it's just going to be a tough haul for everybody. I think baseball's in for a tough haul next year.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I just think the attitude of baseball with that 27 lockout looming over everybody's head, it's going to be I don't know. I think it's just going to be a very, very tough year for baseball in general.
I mean, honestly, on our roster right now, it's going to be vacated. Ryan Yarbrough, because he's a free agent.
Yeah.
Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, three free agents. So that's 5, 6. You have Alan Winans, who's on our 40-man. I'm not sure that they won't DFA him. There is another kid by the name of Jahavian Sandridge. He came in and relieved for us. I could see him being gone. One that I think is on the fringe is Mark Leiter Jr.
He's an interesting one because I'm a fan of his. I like him. I know it's tough, but
yeah,
I like the kid. I just like his heart, man. I think that it's just something with that lighter blood that I like. Like his uncle, I like his dad, everything about him. I find myself rooting hard for him. I really do like him.
We have Blackburn, that's a free agent, and Michael Arias, who's on our roster, a pitcher.
Yeah, Blackburn's a guy I think again. I'm in the minority on the Blackburn.
Like not even like a 1-year deal. Like let's just say, Victor, if you get like a 1-year deal to Blackburn to come just to prove himself again. Like
I mean, God's honest truth, you need a long reliever. Most rosters, rotations, bullpens don't have a solid long reliever. And Blackburn, I mean, we were anticipating that JT Brubaker was going to fill that slot, but that's probably the most unlucky player on the planet as far as injuries that he's taken. I mean, he throws 2 pitches in spring training, gets a line drive, and breaks ribs. Who does that? But obviously we DFA'd Brubaker, and for me, Blackburn is a solid candidate because he has multiple pitches to rely on. He can eat innings. He's a former starter, and when he was with the A's, he was their ace.
Yeah, I like the guy. I mean, I'm in the minority, like I said, but
I don't think that the Mets gave him an opportunity. They could have utilized his skill set a hell of a lot more because their pitching was so garbage.
You can't judge anybody coming over from the Mets. You can't judge them based on their performance.
No. I'm not talking about his skills. He was injured on the Mets, but they didn't give him the opportunity to really shove and show what he had. And I think that we were fortunate to pick him up.
That's what I'm saying, and I like to preserve him. I like him and Hill. I like that. I like the Hill Blackburn combination because whichever way you put it, it works good. It's a good bookend to have. I like it.
For Hill was like freaking RoboCop. They just kept shoving him out there, and he didn't give a damn. He went out there and he fought like a warrior. But the thing about Hill, the interesting stat is inherited runners. 98% of the inherited runners for him did not score.
Because he just comes in, he wants to win. He has a great attitude. I always say, when you look at Hill, you look at him, and that's the guy I'm standing with. If I'm in a bar fight, if a fight breaks out in the bar, I'm on his side. He's got that. He's just got that look, that mentality, and I'm a lefty, so I'm biased on lefties, and I haven't seen a sidearm and wheel and lefty in a long time like him.
You're a southpaw.
He's a great weapon to have.
For those of you that are in the stream still, if you haven't, please hit appreciated. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. All right. This stream has run about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and shut her down.
It's been a blast, Ken. I appreciate it.
Man.
Not a
man.
problem.
Really do.
Love you guys as always, man. Very good.
Like the takes. T-Road, I am calling the game tomorrow. The only days that I don't call games are Wednesdays because of league bowling, which was a shit night for us. By the way, we got our asses kicked and lost all 7.
You explained that. I loved it. I love your story. Yeah.
My son John had a migraine, so he wasn't there to bowl. Our anchor bowler bowled like hamburger shit. He missed 11 10 pins last night. So I'm like, have you ever bowled before, brother? Come on now. Go in there and get yourself a beer or something. Calm down. And you knew he missed a 10 pin because as soon as he released the ball and he knew he was going to miss it, some bitch would step on the foul line to foul. So he didn't see that dash and he saw an F there instead. I was like, ooh, that makes it better, you dumbass.
Oh man.
And then our 2 bowlers, she bowled her average. So, we could hold there. And I bowled above average, but I couldn't take that much weight to carry the team for anything. My back would have been broke.
I think you need a bowl of Cheerios.
Oh, bowl of cereal sounds good, man.
Evan,
Bowl.
you would be an ideal candidate for our team. I would rather have you than our anchor bowler right now.
Oh my goodness. Look
Evan's
at
a good bowler. You should see his numbers, man.
Really?
He actually kicks my ass.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Evan does bowl. Yeah.
Well, he's 6'8".
Yeah, that's right. He's 8 foot, right? He's
Like
from
8 foot.
Eastern European.
He's
right?
like 8'5".
He's 6'2" and change. But it's funny looking at him and Dithan, especially the big height difference. And Dithan keeps saying, "Oh, I'm 5'7," and I'm like, "You're full of shit.
Dithan ain't 5'7".
You're 4'11" in skill." It says for you to get up to Evan, you need platform shoes and a ladder.
I love talking crap about a co-host. It's awesome, but it's good. All in good fun.
But I do it all the time. I talk crap to him. I type crap to him. I text him crap and I put it on Twitter also. So it's not like I'm talking behind his back.
I
It's
told-
the exact same stuff.
I told Nathan, I said, if you ever wanted to whisper in Evan's ear, you'd have to call the Hook and Ladder Fire Company.
Oh, Evan, in your face!
I told him that.
And
You hear that?
the
You
Miami
hear that?
Dolphins are playing up to standard.
Oh, yeah.
Tucker just throws an interception. They're getting their
Oh man.
butts handed to them 28-6 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Thank God I didn't waste my night looking at this thing.
I love Evan. Evan's my guy, man. It's
Evan's the greatest.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Is he? What's he doing? Is he up studying at this hour? He better
Yeah,
be studying.
he's
He's down there typing in the chat.
He's in the chat right now. Yeah.
Shouldn't he be studying? Evan, shouldn't you be studying? Or are you out? He's at school, so he's probably out by the oak tree smoking a big fat blunt.
Uh-oh.
Beer, getting
Evan,
ready.
what are you doing right now?
Evan has a 300 under his belt. I do not.
I don't doubt it. He's got a 300. Seriously?
Yes, he does. He might have multiples.
Oh,
that's crazy, dude.
But for me, I've got like 7 299s, 3 298s, and probably 5 279s.
I can't even understand how Bolin is scored. It makes no sense.
spare and a tire. There you go.
Yeah,
I bowled at an open tournament that Mookie Betts was in. He actually has his PBA card.
really?
He had the opportunity to go to school on a bowling or a baseball scholarship.
I'm glad he chose
He's an
baseball.
incredible bowler.
I never understood bowling, man. I don't know. I like the midnight bowling at midnight when they used to turn it into Pink Floyd, like with the neons and the disco ball. Yeah, you don't remember that?
I walked away from bowling for a couple of years when I was in the Navy. I was an instructor at Fleet Training Center.
Well, it's kind of hard to bowl on a ship. The ball keeps going in the ocean. Who's going to go in there?
I was an instructor on shore duty. And
gotcha.
Our team was called the Wiggling Sperm. And every time we got a strike, we'd stand up and do the sperm wave.
Interesting.
That's all.
And I was the anchor bowler on the team.
Okay.
But I wasn't really that interested in bowling. I was more interested in drinking. So
That's
by
my
the time
game.
by the time we got to the third game, I was usually hammered. And they had their fill of me when I threw the ball between my legs and got a strike and was doing the wiggling sperm dance.
Oh
They're
my
like,
God.
yeah, you got issues, bro. You need to calm down. I said, we're not making the PBA out of here, guys. This is a fun league, and I'm having as much fun as I can.
That's insanity.
And after those guys decided to call me to the side and counsel me,
Oh,
I was like, go fuck yourself. I'm done.
yeah.
Find a new anchor.
There you go.
I
That's
tell
a
you what.
great answer.
I'll tell you the real
love
quick
it.
story. When I lived in Vegas in 2000, my buddy took me to this bowling alley that had, I think it was like 500 lanes, but they're all in a row. It's just like one long line, just 500 alleys, right? In this
Wow.
big giant place, right? So he goes, "No, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." So we're going there, and it's almost like 11:30. So we get there about 10 to 12, just before midnight, and I'm like, look at the size of this place. Was just gigantic, huge, and everybody's just sitting around. Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's bowling. Everybody's sitting like where the ball things are and everything. I'm like, what the hell's going on? He's like, what do you see this? At the stroke of midnight, the entire place went dark and just turned completely neon. All the balls started coming up out of the things, all neon balls. The pins were all neon. The lanes were lit up with neon. They had all this stuff, and all of a sudden, man, it just started rocking, man. It started out with the Who, and then it went to Pink Floyd. It went to Zeppelin.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. It went to 4 a.m, dude.
Wow.
And I was just like, what? And we were getting drunk, and the drunker we got, blah, blah, blah. The next morning, dude, my arm felt like it was like 6 miles long. I was like, my arm was like done. It was like, I ain't doing nothing today, man. Whatever you want to do, dude, you better talk to your right hand because nothing's happening on the left side. I didn't realize it, man. And my roommate, he was done. He's like, oh, my arm, my legs, my back. I was like, God, man, bowling's tough, man. Bowling's tough when you're drinking. But yeah, the whole place just turned neon. It was spectacular. It was amazing. And the crazy thing was, they had a free buffet with it, and it was free. I guess they figure if you could put up with it with all the neon flashing lights and music, go ahead and eat. Go ahead and drink and bowl.
Yeah.
All right, till 4 a.m, and that's what we did. So when you talk about bowling, I just thought of that story. I was like, whoa, yeah, I remember that, man. It's like 500 lanes. I never seen anything like it in my life. To this day, I still have it.
I'm not a fan of the neon light bowling either. It messes me up.
Well, I bet, but in 2000 and your little Walter.
T-Road asked a question. Have I ever bowled with my eyes closed? When I was drunk, hell yeah, I did bowl it with my eyes closed. Thank God I lived in the barracks, so I only had to walk to the barracks and not try to drive.
I've done a lot of things with my eyes closed. Nick, you ever cook with your eyes closed?
Sometimes when I'm trying to make peace with myself from a 18-hour day. Yeah.
No, and like seriously, do you close your eyes sometimes when you're trying to concentrate on something? You find yourself concentrating a little bit more, like if you're focused, like you know what you're doing. Like I'm just saying, you're not mixing something. Maybe you're stirring soup, and you're like, yeah, got it. I've done that.
I call it mindfulness. Yes,
mindfulness.
Yeah. Sometimes I do it early in the morning, before I go to work, which is 4 o'clock in the morning, and then when I leave, depending what event I have during that day, it could be midnight. I'll do my mindfulness that morning past midnight. But during the day when I'm cooking a meal, I'll do that too, and I'll have that serenity. Yeah. So
I used to do it when I would come up to the bat in some certain situations in a game. When I was coming up to bat, I closed my eyes and tried to visualize the at bat before I got up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
makes sense.
Closing your eyes does help you, I guess, more of a mental way.
It does, yeah. It does help.
That's really not that bad of a question or a crazy question, but
no, it's relatable. Yeah,
we just answered it to both of our professions, aside from bowling. How you incorporate it in cooking and how I used to incorporate it and get ready to smash the shit out of a ball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fellas, I'm going to cut the stream. We've been on for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
That's it?
I think we're up for an Emmy. I think we're up for an Emmy this year.
It's almost as long as one of my play-by-plays.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Love
Hit
it.
that
All right.
thumbs up, people. We gave you great entertainment tonight.
Yeah, love it.
We gave you
Like,
great content tonight.
Love these guys.
Share
You guys are
and
amazing.
subscribe.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all of y'all being here. Hop on to the stream tomorrow at 7:55 p.m. for the live play-by-play of Game 6 of the Dodgers versus the Blue Jays. The stream is already created, so.
And then at 10 o'clock, I'll be with Joe, joining him on Total Turnbuckle Talk, filling in for EJ. And we're going to talk some old school wrestling, baby.
Territories, baby.
Cheap plug, but
Yeah,
Joe would tell me if I can plug it. So there you go.
I know,
Plug it.
I know Bupkis about wrestling.
I think you. I think
although I know
even
more
you would
about
enjoy it.
wrestling than I know about hockey.
I think the
Yeah.
cool thing about
Oh,
tomorrow's
I'm not thinking about
conversation
hockey.
would the cool thing about me and Joe's conversation tomorrow night, I think, is going to be key. I think everybody, even if you're not a wrestling fan, you'll still enjoy knowing what that time was like living in it and what was done, where you went, and all that other stuff. There's a lot more to it, but check us out after Ken's done with the Game 6. Hop on over. Yep. Total Turnbuckle Talk.
Have a great night, Evan. And I'll end in my traditional fashion. Let's go Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers.